Alright, so it's streaming on that side. It's waiting for the it's connecting to live video. Okay, here we go. Let's try this now. Title. Post to pages I manage as Arcane. Title required. Happy Cake Day. Arcane live stream.
So does this mean that we're officially late to our own party?
Dude, it's us, obviously. Alright, Brian, you ready? I think I finally figured this gimmick out. We're not under gaming. We are under... Oh, can I just type in Fortnite? Tag a game? Fortnite? Under gaming?
We could love the document.
I mean, we are going to be doing it. Alright, Brian. Let's test it out. I'm going to hit go live in 3, 2, 1. I'm doing it the wrong way. 3, 2. It's starting. Let's see. The broadcast has been paused. It should resume shortly. All right. It says we're live. Let's let me get over here, Brian, so you can have a little monitor action. Holy crud!
How good does it look?
What? The camera looks way better. Oh, there we go. It's a little buffer action. It's all good. It looks like our bit rate's okay for now.
Still,
Well, it's only gonna put 720 because it's Facebook. Facebook throttles us.
It's still like jerky over here.
So
is that a
Keep-
comment about
keep-
me?
Keep moving. Keep
it's
moving.
definitely a comment about you.
Oh, nice. Hopefully.
I mean, it seems like it's. Keeps going up and down with those kilobits.
Oh, we've got that on video. I like it. Good job.
Thanks for
Ryan.
coming to the live stream. Since it's 6 o'clock, we're finishing it. So thanks for being here for the last 3 hours.
Oh man, it's so great! Thanks to everyone who joined us. Wow.
Yeah, we had Matt show up talking about things. Jeremy came in, and So yeah,
Well, still jumping around.
we're totally not having technical difficulties.
No, we
because-
totally didn't decide to just completely change the setup for this one time.
We've been here the whole time.
We definitely didn't finally get an actual camera and are using software to do this now, not just my phone. See, look. See? We're not doing it on my phone. Here's my phone. My phone's right here. I have a message from Leah. And also, Yusong just went live on Twitch. So, see? Not using my phone.
There was a Gatorade shortage, but we were still here. Enough that I had to ask people to get stuff.
Oh man. Is killing me. What is going on with this frame rate?
As you can tell, we're totally all set up and stuff, and there's all sorts of the wonderful comic books behind me that we'll be totally talking about, or we totally talked about because we've been here for the last 2 hours.
Just trying to figure out why our bit rate's getting.
Because you don't have do you have the 810 mini plugged into the Ethernet? or is it the laptop?
No, it's the laptop. It's plugged into the laptop, so the laptop should be doing it. It shouldn't matter if this gimmick's plugged in, because that's just a control.
Yeah, no, if you plug the Ethernet in, you can control it from another computer.
Exactly. So you can do like network control, but
Right.
for some reason it's just throwing us. Bitrate is just jumping up
Document
and down.
anniversaries. If you weren't there on Saturday, you could go over to my Twitch channel and see me bake a cake.
We could do that.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So no, we're not. We're the bender's later.
Alright, well, it's disappointing. It's still so jerky right now, but that's fine.
Is that a
That's
comment
fine.
about me?
Yes, Brian, it's obviously
Oh.
coming about you. You're a giant jerk. You keep internalizing every comment put out in the world, so obviously you are a jerk.
Well, it's all about me, anyways.
Always, it's only always about you. All right, well, we'll see if we can. Like I said, I was just trying to get this to even itself out, but
How do you know we weren't scrolls the whole time?
that's really the case.
So Alexander Judd says that it's good on his end.
All right. Well, as long as
And then David
everyone's
says
good.
Woot woot.
Okay, cool. Well, if y'all are doing well with it, and for some reason it's just our
Weird
replay.
our end.
Could it be? Are you using OBS?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if it could be that piece of software as opposed
Potentially. I mean, it's basically the only software that is used for streaming. So honestly, there's probably just some stuff. Whatever is going on with this, it's just our internet just keeps going up and down. So I don't know if it's that specifically or if it's.
His internet says it's choppy.
Yeah, exactly. So there's something going on here with that one.
Maybe just try using the ATEM mini webcam as the feed instead of and cut OBS out of it.
Well, I don't know if I can do that as the problem.
Yeah, because it's got the webcam. You just
Yeah, it has a webcam out that's a USB that then plugs into the computer.
yes, and then you select that as your camera.
Let me see.
Sure, there are comics. Can't you see them?
We sold them all.
You know, it's. We got the Batman Fortnite comic book there. Got Superman Red and Blue 2 over here. X Force is right there. There's Way of X #1.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, it is just this, so I'm not sure. No, unfortunately, it's gonna be something I'm gonna have to probably try to figure out. Keep recording.
And there's, you know, Carol Danvers, Sources Supreme 28.
Alright, well, I tell you what, Brian, why don't you start grabbing the new stuff from this week?
You did
And
split
we
up. I
can
sent you a message
start
about some of the things.
hopefully getting this figured out.
I don't know what it is on screen.
That's fine.
We'll move Mark, and Mark will, we'll talk to the,
I
we'll
was
talk
gonna
to the
say,
next folks.
Bruce is there. It's all good.
But Mark's the more talkative one.
That is true. Bruce just usually sits there and just,
So, story sheets, there are a lot of them that you had on there that are going to go to some of the children won't have to read, but only for people to track down.
keep replay buffer active.
Let me see if I got some of those other things pulled.
Well, appreciate y'all bearing with us while we deal with this anyway. But most importantly, I appreciate everyone who has been with us this whole year. Anyone who's joined us recently, also, big thank you. Yeah, it's been quite the year, I think, for all of us. I definitely know that Brian and I have certainly learned some new skills during this year. Still learning some skills now, including how to properly set up a stream through through a standard camera and not our former use of my cell phone. So hopefully we'll see some more. Well, this will get better. Trust me. I've got some stuff. Realistically, there's some more hardware that I'm still trying to figure out. But I'd like to think that eventually I'll get this figured out. But as always, do not
Finally figured something out.
finally do not concern yourselves with the lack of quality of the stream. Be more concerned with the great places you can go visit, like at My Longbox Life on Instagram, if you were so inclined to check out what Brian's up to. You can certainly also head over to Instagram and go check out at the Kenshi for all the dumb stuff I do online. Not much, mostly just like cross promote stuff from here. But more importantly, on my Instagram page, you can find a direct link to the GoFundMe for the Love Family fundraiser. Still going on. Still lots of bills and things to take care of from that family who has been very healthy this last year. So that is a big awesome thing for us as well. And anyone who has already donated, thank you very much. But yeah, it's been a heck of a year. Mark, slide out of your way there, Brian. I do really want to acknowledge the fact that we have had some really incredible donations and some people who have contributed to the GoFundMe, which as always is a big thing for us, as we have a lot of Arcane family members who we care about and are just hoping that they can continue to make it through healthily through this year. And also, big shout out to every one of you who have already gotten your first and potentially even hopefully second vaccine shot. So maybe y'all got laid up on that second one and you are just getting rested up to come make it back out to the world. We'll be here. I know Scott's got his second shot scheduled for tomorrow. I still have to go get my first one. Gotta get my schedule on. But we're getting closer. Getting closer.
I need DC for March 17th.
You want to turn around maybe and look on the floor or on the? So it's probably maybe underneath where that magic poster is. Maybe. No, over here.
I don't have DC stuff. I mean, this is 323. And these are 317. It should have been 317, 316. Justice League is what I'm looking for. Justice League 59. This is 32.
So it's gonna be. Here's 330.
Matt, you're not supposed to walk on cakes. You're supposed to eat
Yeah,
cakes.
weird. 39.
Probably right here.
32. So
What's this?
315
If anyone's wondering,
would be the actual.
my cake I
date.
made on Saturday has already been eaten,
Thank you. Sorry.
which may or may not have been by me.
All right, so we're gonna do this the fun way where Brian just puts books up.
Possibly in the right order,
Tell you
probably
what,
not.
I'll grab this pile here, and I'm gonna go ahead and guess that.
Do you want?
I'll take that
The
as
top
well.
half of-
I will. So we'll do this a little differently. Brian, did you have a good April 20th? David Reese is asking. Why is this so bad?
I was here.
You were. I was also here. We were both here. The whole day and into the night.
You see, the whole thing of did I have a good 420 depends on do I smoke anything.
You could also edit. You could also eat or vape or rub a salve into your body.
Do I do drugs?
Yes, I've seen you take aspirin. Actually, I don't know if I've ever seen you take ibuprofen.
sure my parents would be happy if I was doing drugs.
Well, I don't think anyone should be happy if you're doing drugs, Brian. On the other hand, it's your life and it's your body and it's your experience, so letting other people dictate that for you is a choice you'll have to make for yourself. But I also, again, don't like disappointing my parents, so I know where you're coming from, buddy.
Especially since I live at their house.
I think that's another part of it. You have a direct line to them. But while y'all are enjoying this discussion, maybe take a look to see some of the new stuff that's coming out as we're getting it up here. Maybe you were excited for Alice in Leatherland #1 from
Should that be
Black
under
Mask.
mini dance?
Yeah, I've been putting it under M.
Okay.
Ooh, don't forget we've got that new issue of Aliens out. Ooh, finally got our standard Amazing Spider-Man 63s
64.
and the 64s. I'll slide these down because I got some. Got some Vengees to do. Got Avengers up here. Ooh, look at that sweet Heroes Reborn cover. And then let's jump back over to the Batman.
So, going back to the thing of how was my cake? It went well. It's not the first cake I made,
Not the first cake you've eaten.
but there was no main mishaps other than I got a lot of food dye on my hand.
So your hand was green.
Yes,
It's not pretty.
I still have some green food dye on my hand right now.
What exactly was it? Is it just from the cake itself?
No, it's from the food dye.
Oh, I guess in my head, I just assumed when you said you were gonna make a green cake, you just went and got a green cake mix.
No, I got white cake mix, and then I added green food coloring to it.
Brian, I believe it's pronounced white cake. It's pronounced white cake.
I got Caucasian cake.
It's not just like all cake. Isn't that a thing? Isn't that a thing y'all invented? Is that a thing white people invented? Cake. Well, excuse me. As my statement goes, all food was invented to either feed rich people by poor people or by poor people from the leftovers from rich people. That's how all cuisine starts. Alright, well, legitimately, there's more stuff that came out this week, but we just kind of grabbed some of the things we had some extras of. There are definitely some big stuff from this week. That main thing being,
Sword number 5.
no, Brian, it's this book. So for
Justice 3?
So for some of you, you have some people in your life who maybe play a game called Fortnite, and you have heard about this for a while now. Some of
They
you
got on the battle bus and they're heading to the drop zone
they're hitting that drop zone.
with
Gotta,
the chug jugs.
you know it, Brian. What else do you know from Fortnite? Anything else?
That they're gonna go fight Peely.
Yeah, and they definitely use cosmetic items to make themselves look different. But yeah, Batman Fortnite 0.1 was released today. Well, technically it came out yesterday. We got our copies released today. But what's inside of this is a really fun 6-issue miniseries where Batman is hanging out in Gotham, and then all of a sudden he gets transported away to somewhere unusual, maybe not somewhere he's used to, and lo and behold, stuff like this happens. So most of you are probably going to go,
He has a
whatever.
battle that is a very fancy one. A
But here,
royal battle, if you may.
but that right there, this is why we all want this one. There is a cosmetic item in this that is exclusive to that comic book. You can only get it if you were to, I don't know, purchase that book from us,
Well,
perhaps.
There is a way to do it digitally, but it's a little harder to get.
Yeah, realistically, that right there has a code in the back of it, which will get you not a skin, a cosmetic item.
Cosmetic item.
You can look like that very cool Harley Quinn in it. But yeah. So if you have some people in your life who love Fortnite and need to have a cosmetic item for it, you can grab one from us. However, if you didn't pre-order it from us, you might not be able to get a copy. So if you need one, tell us right now during this live stream, during the comments. It is a limit of 1 issue per customer, not 1 cover, 1 issue. If you would like to get one, whether that's this cover here, there were also 2 variant covers that came out for it. Same code on the inside, nothing changes for you. However, if you felt the need to get the variant covers, we do also have both variant covers available. This would be the standard variant. This would be what they're calling the Premier Edition variant. There's no difference between anything that is on the inside of this book. So whomever this is for, whatever cover they want gets in the same code in there. So you don't have to worry about it.
So once you've used the code in the comic book, it can't be reused again. So.
And I believe you do need to cash it in by some point in May, they say. But most importantly, you have to buy all 6 issues of this book to qualify to get the Batman cosmetic item at the end of all of this.
It says here that the code expires on May 1st, 2025.
Oh, never mind.
So you have 4 years.
So there you go. You've already read Nightwing, Stray Dogs, and HaHa? Well, how good was that most recent issue of HaHa? I've really been enjoying that series, and I love that each issue is a standalone. So yeah, I would say for anyone else who's been enjoying some new books today, certainly let us know in the comments section. Maybe we can connect you some other fans, and we can start our own Discord where we just talk about how much we love Fortnite.
There is going to be a free comic book day this year.
There is. I believe
it's not in May.
It is not in May. No, from what we've heard, August is going to be the attempted day for that. So we should hopefully be seeing that coming up soon for us. I'm gonna try something real quick. Brian, I'm gonna adjust some bitrate stuff.
So I'm assuming Joe, when he says he's read the first, he liked it and he's read first. I'm assuming you mean about HaHa.
August 14th.
Oh, wow.
August 14th is the planned free comic book day.
There you go. I knew it was sometime in August.
So let's see, stuff that I read before coming. I did Flash. 769. I did Sword 5. Superman Red and Blue 2. The book that's my pick, that's not here on the wall because it's in the pick pile.
I love you, Derek.
No, Derek said he's
You're welcome, Derek.
Oh, jeez Louise. I can't believe we actually have that in there. That's very funny to me. Let's get there. Trying to get this bit rate.
The planet's most badass metal band takes control of comics. The woman thrash juggernaut Slayer has dominated stages and destroyed audience for over 30 years. With their latest album, Relentless, showing no signs of slowing down or showing mercy. Based on the brutal Relentless video trilogy written and directed by B.J. McDonald. This expansion of the video storyline by writer John Schnepp and illustrator Gil Villanova drives deep in the darkest heart of America, spawning a raging road trip down a blood-stained highway, a tale of the doomed, the damned, and the relentless. Oh, repentless.
Relentless Repenters?
Hold it closer. Open it up.
So let's see how you missed this. You were out in space when it was announced, and then you fell through a black hole and you spent some time on Earth
No,
3.
no, Brian, that's Jonathan Kent. That's how Jonathan Kent went from being a 12-year-old to an 18-year-old. That's not Derek. I know Derek has. He's super. I think you're thinking of Jonathan Kent, not Derek.
Aren't they the same thing?
Possibly. I've never seen them in the same room at the same time. As far as I know, Derek is Superboy.
There's Nazis in this book.
Are they
But
getting
they-
punched?
Yes.
They ain't getting punched, I don't care.
There's lots of blood.
Good.
There's some guy's face.
Some guy? I've
No.
never met some guy.
No, there's just some guy's face.
Again, Brian, I'm not familiar with some guy. You're gonna have to tell me who
I
is
don't
some
know
guy.
who it is.
I'm sorry, this is really loud.
Ah,
I
so
don't
you're
know.
Doctor Strange.
Seance dog?
Well, Derek says he doesn't fly into space. It just
What?
says that he astral projects.
Seance dog? We'll get 2 copies in there immediately, Derek. Mark can hang out over there. That's true. Projecting consciousness. So yeah, so back to this stuff. If you have interest in it, please let us know now. We'll put
Speak now or forever hold your peace.
that one aside for you. Maybe we'll put that one aside for you. Or maybe the main cover, whichever you need. The code is the same, so it don't matter. So slow. We did just order one for a customer. That it has come in. We've seen them. We've seen them in real life, Derek. All right. Well, I feel like we've kind of covered some of the more fun stuff so far. We've talked about a digital code for a thing. But we more importantly should start talking about some of the actual comics we have. Despite the fact that we have spent the entire day telling everyone about Batman Fortnite, maybe you are less interested in Batman Fortnite and are more interested in the wall of comics behind us, and potentially maybe even some of our great picks that we've had
I
this week.
tried selling the Fortnite book to Daniel, and he said no.
That's weird, because he has 10 copies in his box, and he said he'd pay $20 a piece for all of them. He said he didn't even want that first copy for cover price, so it's all good. Well, again, just gonna hang out here with my boy. But yeah, as far as the entirety of the wall goes, I was gonna say maybe we start talking about some of the great books back here. That'll give me a chance to go grab some of the collected stuff, and we can show some of that off. We did get, again, a number of shortages this week, which unfortunately ended up being a lot of our collected stuff. So there were a number of things that did not make it to the shop. Some Spider-Man omnibuses, or omnibus, depending on how you pronounce that. You can go both ways. It's both. Technically omnibus, but also I believe omnibuses is also grammatically correct at this point. However,
Omnis.
those Omnis, I don't know if there's an omnibus for Omni yet. I think Omni only has maybe 6 to 10 issues. I don't think Omni's quite hit that. We're obviously talking about Omni by Humanoids Incorporated. We're not? Oh, okay. It's the only Omni I know. I don't know. I like omnibus, but not Omnis. Actually, that's not true. I read the first issue. It was interesting. Mark Waid, I think, writes it. Yeah, I think Mark Waid's doing a bunch of that Humanoids, like, comic book stuff. Should be fun. However, Mark Waid didn't write any of the comics back here, but I feel like we should still talk about them. Brian, do you wanna go over the singles first? Or do you wanna just jump straight into the picks? It's our birthday. We can do whatever we want. We all,
Is our
in
party
fact,
we can cry if we want to?
we did. In fact, I cried and threw a temper tantrum for 2 hours. That's why the stream did not start until 5:55. I was just.
But we've been here since 3.
Yeah,
We've been streaming since 3. You know,
Yeah, there's a full 2-hour tantrum that you can go. Just hit rewind. It's definitely there.
Yeah.
It's definitely there. You just have to go
I
back.
brought in my magazine, so that's why that's why we're doing like a 6-hour long
Yeah,
stream.
you went into your one box. All right, so Bowman wants picks, and apparently a Minecraft version of Scott is just commenting away.
No one cares about Minecraft. It's all about Fortnite.
Look at your profile picture. Your profile picture.
Minecraft version. You're implying there's a different picture of me?
Well, implying that there's a standard version of you and there's a Minecraft version of you. All
And
right.
That's a dog, apparently.
All right. Well, I will go ahead and say if Matt Bowman wants picks, then Brian, we're doing picks. If Shmooly I don't know.
Mauser Schmool.
Mauser Schmool, if our good friend Mauser Schmool from Twitch says they want picks, then Brian, it's time for some picks. All right, we got to give the people what they want.
Derek doesn't like Mega Death. He's only interested in Ultra Death. Like it's one step beyond Mega. It's
It's Ultra
Ultra.
Death.
Ultra Death.
Is there a okay, Derek? This is a question to you. Is there a metal band called Ultra Death? I kind of imagine there has to be. There has to be a band named Ultra Death out there. Jeez Louise, I am really wishing this bandwidth would get better, but we'll figure it out. Oh, Scott, can you go open the door?
Yep.
For Leah. Thanks, Leah. Why are you here? Well, I'll ask you when you get here. Maybe you're. Ooh, are you dropping stuff off for us? We'll see. All right.
So he's supposed to open the door so she can get on the floor and we could walk the dinosaur?
Thank you, Brian. Thank you so much. All right. Well, Bruce and I are gonna start talking about picks. So, as was asked for before, so Dylan's Dynamite this week. Also, shout out Dylan, who has been making some really awesome Tuesday and Thursday appearances back here in the shop behind the scenes, scanning all of our books away and helping us bag and board stuff, and as usual, just being an awesome member of the Arcane family. So, official welcome back to Dylan, who may or may not be watching the stream. Probably not, because she's a cool teen and she has much better stuff to do.
If you're doing this on TikTok.
If we were doing this on TikTok, Dylan would already have been watching it.
Or we include Ninjak.
Or Ninjak, Dylan's favorite book. So, again, Dylan loves Ninjak, but unfortunately... Hey, sweetheart.
Hi. I brought you your birthday present.
What?
And and live stream anniversary. It's part of your birthday present, but you have to open it
Okay.
on the live stream.
Then you have to come on and give it to me.
No.
Yes?
You
Yes?
can be the disembodied arm if you want.
No. What? For any of you who might be familiar with my lovely boy Bruce here, I did not get this for the shop. Come back on camera. This lovely person, my girlfriend Leah, she works at Funko and has been kind enough to gift lots and lots of gorgeous things to the shop, including my precious boy here, including literally like every pop figure that we have here in the shop that is ours.
Yeah.
Not the one not the ones we do not, as an employee of Funko, she is not allowed to sell any pop figures. We do not sell any pop figures we got from there. So this was exclusively a gift. But very, very much. So yes.
You now get to see all the behind the scenes.
Yes. See, look at our new setup and
Ooh, fancy.
look at I got to figure out why our bit rate's so choppy.
Sorry, I came to embarrass you.
I've told you before, this doesn't embarrass me. I know you're the one who's embarrassed.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
pretty
care.
mad.
Kenshi needs to get a hoodie.
I do. Actually, hold on.
What's he doing?
I think he's getting a hoodie.
Getting my hoodie.
Oh.
So we could be hoodie
In
pals.
the hood.
We're called hoodie homies, Brian.
There.
Hoodies. We like to call ourselves hoodies. Actually, there we go. You look like a Sith Lord, and that's freaking awesome.
I'm a female Sith Lord. Sweet.
There's no gender to Sith or Jedi's. It's a genderless thing. So
She could be Jedi Lordess.
we could here. Here we go. Now we're all hooded up. All right. Well, in any case,
It's
you-
an early birthday.
why? I was gonna say, why are you? My birthday is not
I
for.
know, but
My birthday's not for
I've
like
had your
3
presents
weeks.
for so long. I just want you to have it, and I figured that like, the live stream.
This is a
would be-
birthday.
This is a
Yeah.
birthday. This is definitely this is a big birthday for
Yeah.
all of us.
Yeah. Can I say how old you turn?
Yeah, I'll be 40.
Yeah.
I'll be 40 on May 17th. So take that. I mean, thanks mom and dad for the good genes. If I shave, I can still get. I can still.
Spreading COVID.
I still get. You do not. First of all, you don't have COVID.
I know. I've gotten
Secondly, you're wearing a
tested.
mask, so it's actually super appropriate. So thank you for that.
Mhm.
Well, I guess instead of doing pics, I gotta open my gift.
Yeah, but read what this says. You have to open this after you open the gift.
Open this after you open your present. Why did you show this to me first then?
Because it was on top.
Oh.
And I didn't want you to accidentally open it.
Actually, I don't know if anyone can see that. There's too many faces on screen. It probably is blurry. All right, so I don't know how I'm supposed to open this.
Sorry. I guess you don't get a present.
Okay, I'm fine. That's it. Stream's over. Bye. Hold on. I'm gonna get my shiny box.
Implement of distraction.
All right.
Troy doesn't believe that you're 39.
I'm not going to tell you what I got you. You have to open it.
I'm not for it. I'm 39.
Yes. He would not have thought you. So currently you would be 39.
I am canonically still 39. This is very nice of you. I love paper.
Is this now an ASMR stream?
It's actually my mom's paper.
Thank you, Leah. This paper is fantastic, and I just really want to say that I appreciate all of it. Also, video warning. What is this?
Just open it once. Just open it. You'll see.
This is the only thing in here?
Yeah.
It's more tissue paper.
Wrapping paper! Is there something in here?
Oh my god. I'm getting nervous now. Because I just want you to open it. Oh, don't be rude.
I'm not rude. This is how I open stuff. I go, it's a celebration. Ooh, what is this?
More
What is
tissue
this?
paper.
What? Did you get me a new controller?
I don't know.
You got. You're the worst.
Open this now.
I need a new controller, and this will not work with my PlayStation
Open
4.
this.
Leah, this will not work on a
Open
PlayStation
this.
4. This is a PS5 controller. It will not work for a PlayStation 4.
Open this.
No, this is a Leah. This is.
Oh, I think I got the wrong one.
What? What do you mean?
Oh, wait. I don't know.
What do you wait? Now I am concerned. An Xbox Series X with my PlayStation.
Oh my god.
This is a picture of you with a giant PlayStation 5 box. So, thank you, sweetheart.
Welcome.
Do I have to read it? Can I read this live on stream?
Yes.
It says, Kenshi, happy 1 year live stream anniversary, but more importantly, happy almost 40th birthday. You have worked so insanely hard over the last year, and I'm so friggin' proud of you. Is that a question mark?
No.
I think it says question mark. I don't know if
No,
Leah's
I'm
proud
so
of me.
proud of you?
I'm so proud of you, question mark? I love you so much, and you deserve nothing but the best. Please. Now you are embarrassed. Please enjoy this PS5, which is currently waiting for you in our new home. Love, Leah, and then
Wait,
it
you have
says,
to read the
P.S. It came with a couple games, but sadly not Cyberpunk. I'm not getting Cyberpunk till it's done. But we can buy that later, love. It also came with a GameStop gift card that you can go towards Cyberpunk, so you can have a cyber penis. I love you. Ooh, no. I'm picking no genitalia. Actually, that's not true. I don't know what I'm picking.
I didn't even get a thank you hug.
You. Thank you, sweetheart. No, what you get is kitties, because we have an appointment at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning to go
That was my line.
go get some kitties. No, it's do drugs, have kitties.
No, like the
Oh.
Arcane Knights line.
That's true. That is your. Thank you, sweetheart.
You're welcome.
Ooh.
You owe me. Just kidding.
I do owe you. The real problem is like I still need a new PlayStation 4 controller because I just started a new save on my Assassin's Creed game. This is very nice of you, Leah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And I was really annoyed because I was trying for like months to get one, and then when I
It's
finally
very nice of you.
when I finally got one in my basket, you were like hovering because it was the day you worked from home or the day you didn't work. And I was like, go away! I finally got it in my basket. Get the crap out of here.
That's what she said.
And I had to get like a set.
You
in
had to
order
buy
get-
this like a full set.
Yeah, so we have 2 controllers so I can play with you.
Awesome.
I know that's not what you want. You want to play by yourself.
No, I don't. No, I only. Okay, first of all, I only have one PlayStation 4 controller, so I only have one. I only have like one-player PlayStation games. I also lived by myself for 10 years, so like I don't play games with other people. Plus, we can play Switch. We both have our own Switch, but I'll sorry, this stream just got awful for everyone else.
I'm
but-
sorry, Brian.
Okay, first of all, this new controller is incredible. I've heard nothing but good stuff about these new DualSenses. Oh man, I can't. Whoa.
Do you want to know what games it came with, or do you want to wait till I get home? I actually don't remember one of them because I'd never heard of it before, but I remember the other 2.
Was one of them Miles Morales?
Yes,
I see. I mean, that's just a PS5 exclusive.
but it's like the fancy edition or whatever.
Okay, very, very
I don't
cool.
I don't know.
I'm just looking forward to getting a plate. Like, it's like this freaking big. Those things are giant. No. Scott does not need a PS5. Scott needs a new gaming rig so he can start playing WoW again. In fact, Scott, you want to start? Let's start a new guild. My character is like sitting. My Death Knight's sitting low at like 80. What is the level cap now? Like 105?
That'd be skipping generations.
We could re-roll together. I'll re-roll together because I want to play a panda druid. I want to play Kung Fu Panda. Ooh, Matt, you gonna re-roll with us? Matt, re-roll with us. Re-roll.
Matt's here.
Everyone got
Hi,
reset.
Matt.
Oh wait, cap is just 60 now? Interesting. When did they do that?
They cut a bunch of stuff back in one of those pieces.
Because I remember, yeah. Okay, Daniel, get.
Do you want to know the other games you
You
got?
can't. Someone ban Daniel Nelson from the comment section.
Troy would join
Troy,
me.
that you know what? Honestly, we could start an arcane guild. I will re-roll and then I'll bring over all my old characters from my old server. And then with that, Leah, what happened? So I'm glad you didn't get me
I was trying
Cyberpunk.
to trick you into thinking it was a PS4 controller.
No, I know. First of all, PS4 controllers don't come in a thing like that. And also, I will like.
I have COVID.
You don't have COVID.
I know.
Also, This is really nice of you. It's very, very nice of you.
I'm glad you like it.
I have never had a new system. Well, no, that's not true. The Nintendo Switch, which I bought on day one, which I only got day one thanks to Jeremy and Dave, who also ordered them, and actually to Dave the GameStop pre-orders for us, and then we picked it up. But yeah, that's the first time I ever had a system right when it came out. But to get a PS5 and it not be 10 years from now when I can afford one, this is really nice. Thank you.
It also came with the Avengers game.
I've heard that game's okay.
And I don't remember the name of the other game that it came with. It was some
Nelson,
random
you
game.
did it Ghost of Tsushima?
No.
But
Yeah.
oh, Nelson, that reminds me. I'm gonna get Ghost of Tsushima on PS5 now. We can play Ghost of Tsushima together. Excuse me, Ghost of Tsushima is how you actually
Time
pronounce
to
it.
do that, you got a farm now.
It's Ghost of Tsushima. Farm?
Hey, you got time to play other games?
No, I have.
Starting WoW.
Okay, well I've got WoW. I'll teach one of the cats to play Animal Crossing.
Do not play Avengers.
See, Avengers I've heard is not great, but it's getting better. Clearly there will be expansions come later.
It's the physical disc. The
Yeah.
fancy one.
Yeah. I would have asked, but it's no. I would have taken any of them, but yeah.
I know what you wanted.
I know you do.
I actually listen to you.
I never said you don't. I don't listen. That's obvious. This is really nice. It's very nice of you, Leah. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
See, you did embarrass me on stream. Yeah. See. Yeah, Nelson's right. I think it was. I think a lot of people thought it was gonna be more, and then it just turned out to be like just this random. But yeah, Ghosts is my #1 game that I want to get for
So there's a
PS5.
question
Not
for Leah if
Cyber
it was a physical
Huh?
disc or a digital.
I already.
Yeah. She knows me well enough. She got the disc one. I'd get an Xbox
I
Series
can't
S
hug
though.
Brian because I'm not quarantined. But
We could like air hug.
You can air hug. How can I hug Brian?
Because you guys are unmasked together all the time.
Well, it's not the same. I don't hug Brian. We're unmasked this far apart. I don't like.
Wait, I
we
gotta
don't
do
hang
my
out.
exit. Leah, out. I can't see.
I was gonna say don't run into anything. Are you leaving? Are you actually
I
leaving?
don't know.
Oh, all right. Well,
We
you
get
don't
to
have.
hang out.
I tell you, why don't you hang out? We'll get back to picks while I hold my
I'll-
DualSense
I'll just
controller.
walk behind you when you guys aren't paying attention.
I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna do this whole time. Actually, hold on. Let me get my natural state. All right. God, am I gonna have to learn? Okay, Derek. Let me ask to all my gamer friends out there. Does anyone actually use 2 fingers on your triggers, or do you go back and forth, right? Because I've tried doing this and it is rough. Like do people actually play games like this? Because I mean, I guess I could get used to it, but it's rough. I'm still very much an old school player. Really? Okay. Maybe I just gotta work on my my grip down here. Although this feels pretty good. PlayStation has not updated their controller since just about ever. I mean, I guess PS1 had a D-pad and it didn't have analog. They've changed it a little, but still. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no,
Let me
I'm
feel
with you,
it.
Celia. Like, my hands just aren't big enough.
That's what she said.
Why would she say that?
I don't know. Alright.
Yeah, okay. See, like, that makes sense. Like, but yeah, but like, I don't know, like, both, it just feels so weird that my only points are right here. But, whatever, I'll get used to it.
It's really jerky.
I know. For some reason, we're using the OBS, but for some reason the bitrate on, like, my, the stream rate up has been really bad today.
Oh.
My goal is to get it figured out by next week.
It looks
so.
nice and clear. You'll be too busy playing your PS5.
It looks nice and clear where? On your end?
Yeah, on my phone it looked
Okay.
nice.
That's, yeah, I
It
think
was
there...
still jerky though.
Was it?
Yeah, it just, the picture looks clearer than when you use your phone, but it was like jerky.
Yeah, we'll get it figured out. I think what it comes down to is one of the settings that I'm working on is just messed up. All right.
Alright,
That was actually a really nice admission, Leah. Thank you.
Uh-huh. Now can I talk about all the comic books up here?
Yes. Leah, do you wanna talk about picks this week?
Where's the pic?
Well, the first pick that I was showing off earlier was Dylan's Dynamite.
All right. So, I don't read a lot of comics, so this is from the point of view of an outsider. Dylan's Dynamite.
Not Outsider Comics.
Or Batman and the
Hannah
Outsiders.
Or Batman and the Outsiders.
Or the original Outsiders from the 70s.
So Dylan's Dynamite this week is Hana-chan
Hey.
and the Shape of the World. I'm just
I'm
gonna.
read the back of the book to people because you don't know what the book is.
Oh, you're showing me how to do it, I see.
What's actually fun is I showed this off to Dylan the other day because I thought it was really cute. So you have Hana-chan here, but what's interesting is she's got this little kitty cat with her. But if you look at the cat, it's drawn almost like a Picasso. The eyes are a little wonky. But basically, in a small town where the fantastic and the mundane blend together. Brian, that's one of your favorite subjects. Young Hana's everyday life is one of exploration and discovery. As she encounters fragments both bitter and sweet, the shape of the world slowly comes into view. Oh god, that is just all blurry. Yep. Yeah, that's the other thing I gotta work on, is figure out how the autofocus on this is gonna work.
Yeah, it's really blurry.
Yeah. No, that's the thing. I went from using my cell phone to an actual camera, so there's parts of this where I gotta figure out what the focal point is. Maybe that's better. But yeah, fun manga. Basically about a little girl and her kind of silly cat, as they have these very interesting adventures through a very, very kind of magical world, as they said before. Fantastic and mundane, all in the same sense. But if you're looking for a really great all ages manga that has some really fun kind of slice of life stuff, with maybe a little bit of kind of some darker elements just hiding under the surface, this might interest you. But this is an all ages manga, so I would certainly say younger readers. Nothing in here that's going to be a little too over the top, but definitely some intense scenes of action.
Can I find a pic while you're doing this?
Yes, please do. All right, Brian, what's up next for picks? What's on the top of the list, or the top of that pile?
I can give you Dave.
Ooh, all right, let's do Dave's dish. Heck yeah, Dave's dish for this week is the return of the Old Guard, Tales Through Time. So this is going to be the first.
Old as time?
No, they're tales. Well, actually, they are tales as old as time because these happened so long ago. Old Guard, Tales Through Time. This is the first issue of a 6-issue miniseries going back to the world of Old Guard that some of you might have been first introduced through that Charlize Theron movie that was on Netflix. But more importantly, maybe you read that sweet Greg Rucka comic. And
People don't read comic books.
and maybe you want to see more Leandro Fernandez art. But basically, the Old Guard Tales Through Time is going to be a continuation of that world. But as Brian said, these are tales from time. So these are fairy tales of blood and bullets. They are stories about a group of men and women who cannot die. Mostly. The oldest of them is 6,732 years old, she thinks. The youngest is 27. Combined, they have over 10,000 years of stories to tell.
Together,
Here are two. So yeah, so if any of you are familiar with Old Guard, there's the older character who has been there forever, and then you're introduced to it through this kind of lens of this new character who is just introduced to this world of ageless assassins. But again, there are countless stories to tell in these people's history. So this is one that looks like it goes. This issue jumps all the way back to Berlin, 1932. This is a very interesting. So if you're looking for a return to the wonderful, undying mercenary assassin world of Old Guard, issue 1 of 6 of the new miniseries is currently out. So if you want to grab that, let us know, and we can certainly add that to the box. Brian, what's next?
Carol.
Ooh, all right. So Scott's scoop for the week is, that's right, like Brian said, it's Carol Danvers. So we've got the
Most recent trade.
volume 5 of the Captain Marvel run from Kelly Thompson. So this is going to be issues 22 to 26. So for a lot of you, this is going to be the stuff where Carol deals with the symbiote. She has some Namor fights.
Which is in the future. That's not Namor. That's in the future.
Oh, you're right. So it's what's his name? It's is it Namor in the future or is it?
No, it's a different person.
That's right. It's is it his kid?
OBE or something.
That's
I think Namor's kid or Enchantress's kid.
it's one. It's in the line. But yeah.
The
So
person on the cover that looks like Namor.
That
who
is-
the
that is
that's
not
the
Namor. Yeah.
white thing. That is not an old Namor. That is a separate person.
That is an Atlantean,
Yes.
but not Namor himself. So Carol interacting with a lot of different people in her run. So Scott picked the trade from the previous volume, and then issue, what is that,
28.
28. So that is one issue after this. We do have 27, but Carol once again loves the costume change.
So Carol Danvers, Sorceress Supreme.
So once again, Carol has a.
And then
has
there's
a new
also the
costume.
Heroes Were Born variant cover, which has Fing Fang Foom on it,
Ooh.
and
That's actually really cool.
in Hercules.
I do love a good Hercules story.
Do you have a water?
There's some sparkling waters in the black fridge.
I don't see it out here.
What are you looking for?
Captain Marvel trade.
I might have the only one here in my hand then. We'll go ahead and just pull that one right for y'all. There you goes.
I got this old guy from Matt.
Awesome. Here's the Captain Marvel. All right. Brian, do you want to show off Jeremy's pick?
Sure.
Very cool.
Batman, Creature of the Night. For Kurt Busiek and John Paul Leon.
Oh, love John Paul Leon.
So Bruce Wainwright was a happy 9-year-old obsessed with Batman comic books, imagining what it must like to be the Dark Knight. His world crumbles when his parents are killed in a robbery gone wrong. Orphaned, he is sent to a private boarding school where he broods. He thirsts for vengeance and has no outlet, not in a world that lacks superheroes. Bruce desperately wishes for Batman to bestow vengeance on those cowardly criminals, and sometimes wishes come true. A bat-like creature finds his parents' killer, beginning the most unimaginable odyssey of all. Bruce is shocked as his dark angel of justice follows him through the years and takes comfort that something is dealing with the criminals even as he thirsts for understanding. Who is this benefactor? Is he a force for good or something else? Bruce's repressed anger, bottled up since childhood, may erupt and destroy not only him, but also the good people of Boston. A study in psychological obsession and a tale of a lost little boy. This is also a thriller as a bat-shaped creature stalks the guilty, meting out rough justice. Written by Kurt Busiek and with art by John Paul Leon.
Once again, Busiek telling a really interesting kind of almost what if, an alternate history story. Awesome. All right.
I
Well.
got one.
Ooh. Actually, now that you're here, Leah, I have a present for you.
What?
I do, actually. If you want
I
to
get
tell
a
anyone about that
present.
great comic,
You can
Oh.
talk to people about the book
Sure.
while he's getting your other thing.
I don't have a name for my picks. I'll call it Leah's Love.
Sure.
This
we
is
kind of-
my pick is Figment. This is one of the few comics I've actually read, besides all the Ren and Stimpy comics that I read in the 90s. The reason I picked this is because Figment,
Disney?
well, it's Disney, but Figment is one of the original characters from Epcot Center at Disney World. And it stars him and this character they made up. I forgot their name. And the Dreamfinder. Where's the Dreamfinder? There's a Dreamfinder. He's no longer at Disney World. Instead, they have what's the guy's name from Monty Python? The actor.
Eric Idle.
Yeah, Eric Idle, instead of the Dreamfinder.
Oh, that's right,
But-
Jim Zub. You know what's really funny? One of the artists in this book is actually the featured artist in Matt's Must Have this week.
Oh, what a coincidence! Wait. Now I'm just standing in front of the camera awkwardly.
So
we all do.
yeah, like we all do. This is how it goes.
Yeah, and it's cool because if anyone's an Epcot Center fan, there's a lot of Easter eggs.
Or if you're an Epcot fan, head over to YouTube and search for I'm Just Leah 2 TOO. And you can find Leah's incredible YouTube channel, which
Whoa.
features
It's- Well,
your island, your Animal Crossing
Yeah.
island, your Walt Disney World themed Animal Crossing island that has had over how many visitors now, Leah?
I think it's almost
500, 600,
15,000.
15,000. That's right. Suck it, everyone else who has had less than 15,000 people visit your Animal Crossing island. That's
Well,
right.
It's because these.
That's right.
It's-
That's right. How many hours you put into this gimmick now, Leah? Like 1,000 on this thing?
It's probably at like 900.
Yeah, exactly. So
Anyways.
yeah.
Yeah, and
Check
then
it out.
I have
It's actually really freaking cool.
God. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm glad no one can see my face.
They can all see your face.
Just the top half.
We all know mask face now.
I forgot. Oh yeah, and then I'm Just Leah is my personal.
Or
YouTube.
yes, also head over to youtube.com and just search for I'm Just Leah.
And that has all my secrets.
Leah, and that is Leah's personal YouTube channel. She does a lot of self-care stuff. You do some.
I can talk about it.
You can. I didn't say you couldn't. I'm just trying to help you promote.
Well, thank you. I just talk about some mental health stuff and some witchcraft stuff and
Self-care stuff, unboxing videos.
Yeah.
If you're looking specifically for some great self-care stuff or some I would say just fun videos. Leah's a real whiz at that stuff.
Thank you. Anyways, this is a good book. I'm really bad at talking about books. There's something. Oh yeah, they actually show the Imagination Pavilion in one of the pictures, which is cool.
Well, I'm glad you like
All
that.
right,
'Cause
bye.
here, don't
Whoa,
go anywhere, Leah,
whoa.
because I have a book just for
Whoa.
you. This is the Donald Duck Sunday Comics by Al Taliaferro from 1939 to 1942. So these are full color reprints of the Sunday
Whoa.
comics featuring Donald Duck from 1939 to 42. So all of them fully beautifully rendered in color. IDW does a
awesome.
brilliant job with these. Works with the Library of Congress, I believe. Library of American Comics.
Oh.
So these are, as I said before, reprinted in the full
Wow.
size and format in full color. So you're gonna get some really great adventures here. You can add this to your already the Donald Duck comics you already own.
Yeah, Donald Duck
Look,
is my
March
favorite
19th,
character.
March 9th,
Huh?
1941.
Whoa. Donald Duck and Figment are my favorite.
Ooh, look at that. It's very, very great. So,
Oh,
so
Huey,
Leah,
Huey, Dewey, and Louie all look the
thank
same.
you.
Aw, cool.
Also, as a gift to both of us, look what Matt got us.
Whoa.
It's Hamilton, the Revolution,
That's
because
cool.
we're Hamilstans.
Is that a thing?
I don't know, but it's got all a bunch of stuff in here, and
Oh.
I know you just saw, but members of this shop are big fans of Hamilton and have been dealing
That's
with this
really
for
cool.
years. No, it's actually really well done. So,
Yeah.
I think they got extra copies.
I recognize that logo.
I'm sure you do.
Alright, well,
No.
what?
They get announced yet?
I think so. But,
Have they?
I don't know.
Don't
Whatever.
Say it then.
Never mind.
Yeah,
I'm-
you signed NDAs. Don't say stuff.
Well, But-
Nothing, Brian. We're not talking about things Leah's
Oh,
designed
hold
packages
on.
for that Funko may or may not have announced yet.
I know hold on.
But in things that have been announced, check out all my cool stuff from. No, I'm just joking. I did have cool stuff this week, but it's my stuff.
Yeah, they've been announced.
Okay, so for all you fellow Hamel stands, all you I don't know. Whatever. People who like Hamilton.
Camel pants.
Whatever. But yeah, so there is going to be a line of Funko Pop figures featuring some of your favorite characters from Hamilton and Peggy.
I don't know if that one's been announced. I think she's mainline, so I think she
That's the
has.
joke. That's the joke.
Yeah.
And Peggy. She's great. This is just more of a thing for us. All right. Well,
She's been in it.
now that you've featured a lovely pick for us, Leah,
Oh, wait, I
why
didn't
don't
put
we?
it up
Why
there.
don't we? Yeah, put it up. You gotta put it up there.
Yay, I'm cool now.
Thanks. And if you want a copy of Leah's Love, that's just for me. If you want Leah's comic book pick,
Leah's lucky lot. Leah's lucky.
you don't. Yeah, it's too much.
Whatever.
Just Leah's pick. But if you would like Matt's must-have featuring Felipe Andrade, Felipe Andrade drew this. Guess what? They also drew this incredibly beautiful new comic from Boom Studios, The Many Deaths of Layla Starr. You get this gorgeous cover here, and of course this David Mack foil cover. You have to say it like that.
Oh no, see, you shouldn't have revealed my secret.
Well, the real secret is you don't get comps, you don't get free ones
Yeah, I
anymore,
don't
so it
get
doesn't matter.
samples anymore. Also, I hate Seinfeld, sorry.
What? What? Leah, the B movie is so fundamental
No,
to
I
all
hate
of
the
our
show.
upbringing.
I hate the show Seinfeld.
What's Seinfeld? Jerry Seinfeld was the star
I know,
of a B
but
movie.
I just don't like the yeah.
He did something before he made that movie? He came out of nowhere, did B movie, and then does that fun show where he gets coffee with people.
I'll tell you what, if we're all vaccinated, I can go into the Funko store and you give me your credit card and I'll get a discount.
No, please, you can't say that on air.
I know, I'm
Funko's
not
very
supposed
litigious.
to do that.
They're
I'm
litigious.
kidding. I'm kidding.
If you would like this David Mack cover, cover price, Daniel Nelson, $20. But it comes with a free Riho AEW Unrivaled figure. Which it's over there waiting for you. You didn't have to Venmo me, dude. You could have just paid me $20 later. It's fine.
And he's gonna get the Fortnite comics too.
Ooh, I need the
That's always
Fortnite, the Fartnut.
Come on. I guess okay. It's Arcane After Dark, Fortnite, whatever.
Fartnut.
Fartnut. But yeah, the Dave Mack cover is
There
standard
is a
price.
comic book
But I will
for Fortnite.
finally get
I
into
know,
the
he
good
told me
part,
about
which,
it.
if you are interested or you like me enjoy some interesting sci-fi or some fantasy, I would highly recommend checking this book out. The writer on this is Ram V, who many of you are just getting familiar with thanks to his work on Swamp Thing and Justice League Dark. He's also written a number of other books before. Catwoman, he's working on that. Blue and Green was a really great kind of one-shot he did. But Ram V is an Indian writer, so this book actually takes place in Mumbai, and just kind of think of like a near future kind of world. But I mean, I'll just show off some of the art in here. But ultimately, you're looking at a kind of futuristic kind of Mumbai, not too far in the future. You have a character who has the ability, it seems, to communicate with some sort of ghost-like characters, and very, very quickly is working towards maybe having to resolve a conflict. I don't want to spoil too much for you, but realistically, I would say that if you are looking for something that is...
Batman shows up.
Batman definitely shows up. Fortnite shows up in this. Fortnite is there. But if you're looking for
Fortnite
something
for
new,
everyone.
all the Fortnites.
You
If you're
get a
looking for
Fortnite,
something,
you get a Fortnite. You get a Fortnite.
Lila Starr gets a
I
Fortnite.
actually played Fortnite for a long time.
I know you did. When we
I'm-
first started dating, you were playing Fortnite a bunch.
That was
And Sea of
the end
Thieves,
of
too.
it, though.
Well, when we first started dating, you were playing. I didn't know it was
Yeah,
the end of your career.
yeah.
So when you met her,
I said, it's me or Fortnite. You
No,
better pick.
So when you met her, she was playing Fortnite.
Yes, we met on Fortnite.
At the exact
Yes.
time that you
Yes,
met.
I
she was
swiped
playing
left
Fortnite?
and she was playing Fortnite at that time.
I'm really bad at it, though.
I don't know how anyone could be good at that game. It's insane to me. Like, I feel like you have to be an absolute, like, just your brain has to be wired differently.
The
Nelson, we'll get you a mat cover.
the original Fortnite game was a lot better. I forgot what it's called.
Many Deaths of Lila, Laila. You spelling it Layla like
Eric Clapton.
Clapton, yeah. Lila. All right. Well. I don't want to steal Brian's thunder, so I'm gonna go ahead and just get through my pick. My keeper, Young Shadow. But actually, I'm not gonna be disrespectful. This is the new collection from Ben Sears. Some of you might be familiar with some of the work he's done before. A lot of stuff came out on Koyama Press. Just this really incredible, kind of well-developed world. But yes, this is going to feature some of Ben's great books here. So really interesting world. Very much going to be a seemingly kind of young age, maybe a teen kind of read. But you're looking at, more importantly, a super interesting world that has been kind of constructed over the years by Ben, with this latest release being from Fantagraphics. Most of his stuff used to come out on Koyama Press, but unfortunately Annie had to shut down her publishing company and has focused more on doing, I think, some stuff as far as raising money and grants for artists. So Ben has found a home now, thankfully, at Fantagraphics. So since Fanta made it, it is a beautifully constructed book. You get nice French flaps on it, but just know that I'm a big fan of Ben Sears, so I have all the books that he's put out. So this is one that I'd say if you have yourself or maybe someone in your life who loves a really kind of fun, seemingly all ages adventure, but just something a little different, I would say, check out some of this right here. Young Shadow. This is the Double Plus adventure. So Double Plus is kind of the world of Ben Sears. So that was my pick for the week. If you want to grab yourself a copy, let me know. We'll get a copy set aside for you. That big Batman pop is not for sale. It never will be for sale. Someone has offered me $10,000 and I told them to shove it because this was a lovely gift to Arcane Comics and More from Leah as a gift. So unfortunately, this Batman pop will never be for sale because I love Bruce too much, and I can't sell it because Leah works at that company still. And even when she doesn't, I won't sell it because I love Bruce.
Who says I'm not gonna work there?
I don't know. People. I'm not gonna. Do you think?
Well,
Are you
you're
gonna
not
work
gonna
at Funko forever?
No.
Eventually, they're gonna buy more NFTs and then they'll be out.
I don't know.
Yeah. No, I appreciate the inquiry, Tyler, but honestly, I love my Bruce. He's staying with me forever. And also, I've taken it out of the box. I play with this toy. You don't want it. It's not in mint condition anymore. I will drop it just to make you guys not want it anymore.
Every time.
But yeah.
Can I do the elevator thing?
Why don't you take the escalator down? The
I don't know
elevator
how-
thing.
I don't know how to do
Okay.
it.
All right. Go. You have to go behind a thing, and then you push the elevator button. And go.
It's too low. The camera's too low. It won't
It's
work.
not too low. You just have to. First of all, what's really bad is what you need to do is you need to look on the monitor up there.
I know. I can't see. I'm blind. Ah. There we go. Ugh. It doesn't work too well.
Not great, hoodie.
It's okay. I tried.
That's fine. Well, eventually, most importantly, we'll get through this.
I'll do Superman.
What happened to my screen? There we go.
And we're back.
Disconnected. Now it's trying to reconnect.
Happy 1 year anniversary.
All right, there we go. And that's at least back. It's trying. Oh. Can I get a power cord? This computer's actually about to die.
Yeah, I don't have one.
All right, there we go. it's.
I know, we're seeing if it's working.
It's small. It's
Uh,
small.
Oh yeah, I can see you looking on your phone on my phone.
I can see me looking at. I can see me looking at my phone on my phone and me looking at
Nice.
my phone.
Oh wait, is it thinking? Oh, that's broken.
So we're still live because
Oh.
that is still broadcasting, but the but the TV that we use is not.
All right. Well, let me plug the laptop in before it completely dies.
Okay, here's the PS5 I got for Kenshi. I put his toy on it. I don't know if you can see.
Where did you print that picture of?
At my parents' house.
Oh.
Oh no, it's all blurry.
Yeah, I know. It's like I said. I gotta figure out how this how that part works. All right. Well.
I gotta see if I have any embarrassing photos of you.
All right. Well. Hopefully, we'll see if this came back for everyone. While everyone checks their phones.
This is Kenshi and Willie.
Watch stop.
Working.
Apparently it's back on.
All right. Should be hopefully a little bit better now.
Look at this cute photo of Kenshi and Willie.
Yeah, looks like Brian's just like took his phone out.
All right. Yeah. Should. There we go. Should be getting back. All right. I believe the laptop is plugged in now, so no more potential loss there on the laptop. All right. I think. Okay, cool. I can now hear myself in that crappy monitor speaker again. All right. Well, thank you for the sticking with us through the technical difficulties. We do not have time for Brian's pick, so thanks again. All right. Well, now that we're back, Brian, would you like to present your pick? Are you leaving, Leah?
I might go back to our place.
Okay.
Do you want me to stay?
You're welcome to do whatever you want. If you got stuff, you gotta.
You
gotta
are a
work on.
separate being with your
You-
own choices.
And with your own transportation, you are very welcome to go ahead and to operate the rest of your day how you feel.
Lots of new things. Try. My pick's a new thing.
Yeah, it is. In fact, let's go ahead and I'm gonna slide these back a little, Brian, if you want to go ahead.
Let's see. Batman 49 is it number 1? For Earth Moon Dimension 13, that's a 1. Yeah, I think there's the Woman to Marvel one shot.
Truth and Justice was at what, 3?
Truth and Justice is at 3. Swords at 5. Oh, the Mighty Valkyries at 1.
Alright, well I got those out of the way. Brian, you should have hopefully enough room to show off your awesome pick this week. Because
Well,
I also was a big fan of your pick from this week.
there's
We-
no Danes.
Oh. Here, I got one for you. There you go, sir. Should be okay.
So, the Blue Ribbon pick of the week is a new X-Men book, Way of X. So we have the main cover, we have the wraparound
Ooh, I do like that
cover. We have the Scotty Young.
I
Cover.
also like that cover, and I'm not always the biggest Scotty Young fan.
So, Way of X is the next puzzle piece in the larger giant picture of what's going on with X-Men stuff.
But yeah, this is getting in. You were saying this is kind of getting into some of the stuff you and I have been, and Jeremy, like we've been talking about, theorizing about for a couple of years now. It feels like, as far as maybe why certain characters are not allowed to be reincarnated. Maybe why characters
So
haven't shown up yet.
So there is a lot of philosophical, religious discussion in this book, since Nightcrawler being a devout Catholic,
Yep, he's very devout.
and so there's talk about possibly creating a mutant religion
Yeah, I know that was a
devoid
big part
of
it.
the human hang-ups of stuff, because there's a term they use in here that that Krakoa is a post-mortal society, because if you die on a mission or die out in the world, they can just resurrect you back on the island. So there's no, you don't really need to worry about dying, because they'll just resurrect you. But is that really you? It's sort of a ship of Theus? I think that's kind of idea. If they resurrect you, is that really you? Is that a separate person? Kind of idea. But then there's also some talk of, why does Nightcrawler still believe in a Christian god, given that, he's met like Thor, who is a god, and they know like space aliens, and they've met the Celestials and various other things. So why does Nightcrawler still believe in religion? So there's that sort of thing, but then there's also some talk of, he has a discussion with Magneto that basically brings up, we are in a Garden of Eden, why are you still looking for snakes? As in, there's nothing wrong here. Don't go looking for mistakes, for problems that don't exist. But the book does start with Charles Xavier having a nightmare. So what does that mean? Is that just a normal nightmare? Is this more of a sign of things to come? But then there was also some talk of, with Resurrection, there seems to be a queue that people have to follow, but then there are people who can jump the line, and then there always seems to be that people who are on the list that have been pushed to the bottom. Why have they been pushed to the bottom? And so there's a lot of, I would say that Way of X is the next big puzzle piece to the giant X-Men oeuvre. But yeah. And then there is a big reveal of a character showing up again at the very end of the first issue. Not going to say what it is, because that would be spoiling things. But yeah. If you like Nightcrawler, if you are interested in the X-Men stuff and you want to, I would say that Way of X seems like a way bigger deal than X of Swords felt like it. So Way of X, cool stuff.
It's not gonna get your PS5. Also, we need to buy. We need to legitimately build our
so
gaming
it's
rigs.
so Cy Spurrier is the writer. So Lee is leaving at the moment, so
I'm not leaving. I'm just letting her out. I'm holding my PlayStation 5 controller though.
do ya? So Troy, we can totally get you. Do you want just the main cover, or do you want one of the other covers. I think we still have enough of all three. Yeah. So basically, Joe, we would kind of just put those on hold on reservation, and then you just come in and you buy the thing. So you don't have to pay for it now, Joe. Just put you on hold. So
Talking about Wave X.
talk away of X.
Not joking. I'm holding my controller. It was very nice. I honestly wasn't expecting that. That was very nice. The note is the hard. That I don't like when people are actually complimentary to me. That's weird. But yeah.
You stink.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you. I mean, you really no. I'm not gonna bring it down there. So don't worry. That was good. No, it's fine. It's fine. Interesting.
So they also talk about the Orcus organization and stuff, that what they're doing, and the Orcus organization is sort of building an anti-mutant cult.
This is so exactly what I have been waiting for. This is great. Oh man, as such a big fan of Nightcrawler in particular, and then most importantly, that really, really great issue. What was it? X-Men. Was it 5 or 6? Where it's the one with the test and it's the Apocalypse one. It's so long ago.
2 years ago.
2 years ago, basically. I mean, realistically, we're talking 2 years ago. Powers of X. When Cardinal and Rasputin first showed up, I just went, "Who the hell are they? How do we get there? What is going on?" And then jump all the way to the X-Men. And then you just get Kurt going, "I think we need to start a new religion."
Well, if you kind of look at like that chart,
Mm-hmm.
and specifically that,
Mm-hmm.
that thing.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing. Like, and as much as
Dr.
I've
Nemesis and his fungi in his head.
exactly, because that's the thing. Is like, as much as I love, this X-Men run has just been all over the map because Hickman is just doing such giant world building. But like, legitimately, when he teased that idea of Nightcrawler, of Kurt starting a mutant religion, was just such.
So
It was great.
there's a
It really was great.
semi-running joke in this issue that a couple of people keep asking Kurt, "So I hear you're thinking about starting a religion," and by like the fourth time he's asked, he's sort of like, "I gotta forget telling anybody," because he
Heck
told
yeah.
one person.
Yeah.
It wasn't that he made a big
No.
announcement. He told one person.
He was
but then
talking to Magneto, right?
possibly.
I think he's talking to Magneto during. It's either Magneto or Scott.
Yeah, it was either one of those two people.
Yeah, it's someone high enough in the X-Men evolution chain. So very, very cool. I'm glad you picked that book, Brian. As I said before, I'm big fan of Nightcrawler. Spoiler alert: I may or may not be naming one of my new cats Kurt Wagner. Aurora Monroe might also be a name for one of my new cats. Just putting it out there. As long as a long list of wrestlers.
It's a really weird name. Name your cat.
A long list of wrestlers? That's actually a good name for a cat. A long list of wrestlers, and then you just name them off. But no, I am really, really happy to see that we're now with X-Men. We've gone through Dawn of X. We're now moved. I think we're into Reign of X now.
Would that be allow? A long list of wrestlers? Allow?
I could just name the cat Allow. People would be like, "Oh, it's a very pretty name." I'm like, "I know, isn't it? Where's it from?" It's fine. But yeah. So if anyone has any interest in making sure you get one of the picks for this week, let us know. Including Leah's lovely edition of this beautiful collection of Figment, which contains both the Volume 1 and Volume 2. So both Figment and Figment 2 are in there.
TOO?
No, but if you go to I'm Just Leah 2 TOO on YouTube, you can check out Leah's her fun Disney themed stuff. All right, so we've spent a lot of time with this. We've wasted a ton of time on me getting a birthday present. So Brian,
I didn't get a present.
I know. I feel bad. I do actually feel bad. I wasn't
I could have gotten a stream
Feed
birthday
is
present.
super smooth now.
Oh, good. My bitrate must be fine. Yeah, the bitrate actually looks pretty good now. Someone was just sucking it down. All those 5 o'clock traffickers, and now it'll suck again. But it doesn't matter because it's being downloaded right now. So when we upload this on YouTube, go to youtube.com and search Arcane Comics. It'll be smooth sailing. As smooth as this 39-year-old's face when he shaves. I don't shave very often, so not very smooth at all. So yeah, just like me, not smooth at all. Brian, will you please start with the new books for the week? Because I know there's a lot of people who have been very patient. There's 9 people who've been very patient for us to actually get to the good stuff. So if you don't mind, Brian, do you want to start off with the issue on number 1 there?
It's a new number 1.
Ooh,
Forgot.
Troy, new number 1. It did, Derek. Don't worry. We got. I will. While Brian's doing those, I'm gonna go grab more of the collected stuff. But we do have Love Sickness by Junji Ito in stock right now.
So Alice in Leatherland.
Oh my.
Yes.
Bruce.
I don't know what a Leatherland is.
I think it's a sexy book, Brian. I think it's a sexy book.
Yes, it looks like to be some sexy stuff. There's at least a person in what looks to be a full-bodied latex suit. And a luchador mask. So, Alice in Leatherland. A new number 1 from Black Mask. We have issue 2 of the Alien series. Kind of looks like John Cena's on the cover, kind of. So we have the main cover, and then the variant cover with just the xenomorph on it. I'm going to go with that being the Stephanie Hans cover. Dance. They say a couple other people's names for variant covers, which I'm assuming we didn't get. And so I'm going to go with that being Hans, but it's, a xenomorph. So if you like Alien, you could read a comic book featuring aliens. So yeah, Joe, we can set aside some Alice in Leatherland A covers. Yep. So when issue 63 originally came out for Amazing Spider-Man, we didn't get the main covers, but we got the main cover in. So if you get the main cover for Amazing Spider-Man, that came in. But this week, issue 64 came out. So there's issue 64, which has the Heroes Reborn variant cover, not featuring anybody from inside the book. But yeah, so if you read Amazing Spider-Man, you can get like 2 issues. And they're apparently part of the King's Ransom storyline. So we have Avengers 45, which has Blade, Namor, possibly Dracula, and some other vampires, and then a very small looking man thing.
Yeah, because that kilobit per second thing is very much just about.
And then the Heroes Reborn variant cover with Captain America. So the Heroes Reborn thing, I think starts next month sometime, possibly in 2 weeks from now. I think it starts at the beginning part of the month, but I think it does at least start next month.
You got this other stuff back here. We can put a couple out at a time.
We have the final issue of the Neil Adams Batman versus Ra's al Ghul, Raish. Depending on how you pronounce that, you know, the apostrophe. Is it Ra's, Raish, Rays? But yeah, so the Neil Adams series is coming to completion, and they will put out a collected edition soon. We have issue 2 of the Black Knight series. I think it's a mini-series. So main cover, the Ron Lim variant cover with Elsa Bloodstone on it. We have the Carnage, Black, White, and Blood, the anthology series. So main cover, the variant cover, which I think this is the Kyle Holtz. I think so. In here, we have a story from Donny Cates with Kyle Holtz, that artist. Then we have a Chip Zdarsky with Marco Checchetto, and then a Rom V with Javier Fernandez. So there's it. And yeah, that is the second story. I don't know. And then there's the third story. We have Catwoman number 30, which is by Ron B, who's a star in that Carnage book, and is also writer on the Many Deaths of Layla Sarah book. Main cover, the parent cover, I want to say, yep, that is the Jenny Frison variant cover. We've got Champions number 6.
The C cover will always be 2 times.
The main cover, the Heroes Reborn variant cover, which has a Doctor Doom Juggernaut looking dude on it. We'll probably figure out what the deal with this is when Heroes Reborn shows up next month. There is a Champions group with inside Heroes Reborn, so I don't know why they didn't put them on the cover.
Have you looked at the inside?
But I don't really understand how half of the
Guys are
Heroes Reborn variant covers are working.
very somewhere between a Tim Sale and
We have a new Mike Mignola book,
very much Tim Sale Darwin Cook inspired.
which is Mike Mignola and Christopher Golding working on the book. You get, with art by Peter Bergting. The Kojaku?
Oh, the Kojikaru.
Kojikaro?
Yeah, I think that's just continuing on that kind of universe that Michael Golden and that Mignola have been
Yeah,
building for.
Tales from the Outerverse.
Okay, so that's what it is. So it is. So because if you notice, they've got a bunch of the characters he's used in the past. If you show on that variant, so I know those are characters who've been across the kind of breadth of the Mignola Golden verse. But yeah, and yeah, I assume Brian already said yes to you, Joe, but we will 100% make sure we have those for you.
Yeah.
I feel like I heard you say something about it. But
And then Scott is from over there showing
Scott, right.
that he has pulled those, so
What do I need to get for the fields?
Did you get that Captain Marvel trade already?
Yeah, they
Okay.
just requested something, Brian. Did you?
Oh yeah, Derek has that on order.
I think he was just asking about the new Junji Ito book.
Yeah.
Not that he was wanting.
But I believe you should have one waiting for him.
What
Yeah.
about the Junji Ito stuff we got back in stock?
That is back on a shelf. We only got we got the Cat Diary and we got Drifting Classroom. Those are out there now.
So we have Flash 769, which is part 2 of the current storyline of the Flash going through time periods. So,
And characters.
and characters. So in this issue, he hangs out in the far future with Gold Beetle, who is a descendant of Ted Cord Blue Beetle and Booster Gold. And so Gold Beetle helps out Wally in the future.
The Flash Museum.
They do go to the Flash Museum. Because in the present, Barry, Oliver, Green Arrow, Michael Holt, who's Mr. Terrific, hide something at the Flash Museum, and then in the far future, Wally picks it up at the Flash Museum because nobody found it over the course of the centuries. Flash Museum still exists in the future. So Gold Beetle is a relatively new character. They showed up first in, I think, the Black Adam Future State stuff. I think that's where they first had been. So we have a new number 1 from F. Chuck, The Girls of Dimension 13. So they give you little bios and all the girls from Dimension 13 in the back. But yeah, it looks like a bunch of women in like college age who are all trying to find places to live, so they move into a spooky house. And spooky things happen at the spooky house. So we have another new number one.
Ooh,
More new number ones than I thought.
more on Godzilla.
We got Godzilla. I think it's Monsters. Yeah, Monsters and Predators. Godzilla's head is kind of covering up part of it.
Monster Protectors.
So we have the main cover, and then we have a photo cover from the original movie. So Godzilla or Gojira, depending on.
Gojira from, I'm assuming, the 54 Toho
Yeah,
production.
So it says image from the film, and then non-English word 1954. So I'm guessing that's means original movie. But yeah, it seems to be kind of. It's a very kind of animated thing, but it's set in the world of Godzilla, and Godzilla is a thing, and so I'm not sure if it really follows any direct continuity.
I don't think so. I think it's more just the idea of, and I do actually think that book is geared a little bit more towards younger readers and not more of your traditional. So this is very much the idea that, hey, kids, you just saw Godzilla vs. Kong. Do you want a new Godzilla comic that's not stuck in 10 years of standard Godzilla comics, whatever continuity they've designed? Because I think in that whole continuity line, he's like died, gone to hell, come back.
Yeah,
It's
so I think
basically
it's more
Wolverine.
of, hey kids, do you want to have a Godzilla comic book that,
I think it's more, hey parents, are your kids bugging you about a Godzilla comic?
But yeah, but it does seem that there was like that whole kind of series of like the Toho Godzilla movies that it's like Godzilla teams up with a bunch of kids.
Yep. I'm sure Manoa will show up at some point in that. Alright.
Maybe Gamera will show up.
Ooh, Gamera would be dope. But
He's the friend of all children.
Yeah, but he won't because they don't own the rights to it.
Maybe they'll have
It's the one thing that I wish Toho would just make a deal. It's like they just need to do a deal just put Gamera in a freaking
So
actual
who owns the
Toho.
rights to Gamera?
It's whatever the other production company is. It's not
So-
Toho.
so
Not
it's
Toho.
like-
That's all that matters.
So essentially it's the other company.
It's
And just everyone assumes that Gamera is part of the company because like you own everybody else.
yeah. It's just. I mean, he's an incredibly popular kaiju, but yeah, it's that weird thing where Gamera is Mr. Pibb. Everyone's like Coke brand, and he's just 7-Up. But
So you're saying like Godzilla's like Sprite and Gamera's 7-Up?
I'm saying Godzilla's more like Coca-Cola standard, and Gamera's more like Royal Cola.
Gamera is neat. He's full of turtle meat.
He does taste. He's delicious turtle meat. Some turtle soup. Yum yum. If we are gonna keep moving forward, Brian, what issue of Ha Ha is that? Is that number 4
That
already?
is 4.
Wow, they are getting those out. I do really appreciate that this book is basically an anthology. So each issue is a standalone.
It's a main cover, variant cover.
But yeah, the artist they got to do number 4, I really like. It's got a very, actually reminds me a lot. Has a kind of like almost like a feral Dalrymple kind of feel to it, but the watercolor is just gorgeous, and like so much of that book is just absolutely beautiful. I really like the way this person illustrates people as well. But yeah, just very very surreal book, and just the fact that they're able to all be kind of these standalones, I think, is really interesting.
So there are some stuff set in like reality, but it's like it's more fun to look just to show you like the weird floaty stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because see, they're just people hanging out in a house,
Very well rendered people. I
Yeah.
like it. Looks good.
and they're just like talking about stuff. But I'm like, you want to look at the weird floaty things?
Yeah. No. These issues. I've been enjoying Ice Cream Man as it kind of was coming out, but I think Ha Ha has been a really great use of comics as a medium. I love a good anthology. I really appreciate kind of stories like that. So I do really like that in that one issue you get a nice standalone tale.
So this is the Mike Shea variant cover.
Yeah, cover's great. And then moving on, we have finally we have Tale 2 of 4 of the Jim Henson Storyteller Tricksters. So what's really great is like Ha Ha, the Jim Henson Storytellers books are also basically one-shots, and so they've gone out of their way to not even just call this number 2. They even let you know it's Tale 2. So this is a standalone story. We've got this gorgeous Peach Momoko standard cover and a nice variant cover from Danny Pendergast. So we've got the so as always, the storyteller stories always start with the storyteller, and then as they get into the stories, you then start getting a little bit more into the individual ones, and then from that you just get these creators who all have their own unique tale. And like I said, because they're all standalones, these are just, you can pick these up. So the first issue I believe was about Anansi. This one clearly is about a different character, but also from that trickster tradition. So maybe someday we'll see our favorite MCU canonical trickster Loki show up.
But it would probably be the North mythology.
Yes, it will be a Norse mythology version of Loki,
It's
not
sort of
Tom
like
Hiddleston.
It's sort of like the Neil Gaiman North mythology stuff has like Thor in it, but it's looks nothing like the Marvel version or the MCU version, but it's more of the
Yeah, this very well done.
historical version.
So yeah, so if you are interested in picking up another great, almost anthology, single issue standalone, Jim Henson's Storyteller Tricksters, Tale 2 of 4 did also come out this week.
So there's
We've got Jonah and the Unpossible Monsters. This is from Team Samney. So Chris Samney and his wife are writing and illustrating this both. Again, kind of a more of an all ages story to a maybe young reader. But again, this beautifully constructed world here where you have two characters. You have the older sister and the younger sister, I believe. Ooh, that's her younger sister. But basically, they're going through this kind of fantastical world, encountering all sorts of monsters and all sorts of incredible creatures as their journey continues. So this is simply issue 2. So Jonah and the Unpossible Monsters with a standard cover, as well as this gorgeous kind of cartoony variant cover. So if you want to keep rolling with that story, issue 2 is out now. And then, ooh, Brian. Look at that. Is that Blush Adam? Blazam? What are they calling Black Adam now?
it's just
Shazadam?
Shazam.
Shazadam. So Justice League number 60 came out
I don't
this
think
week.
he was called it in like 59, but he was called that in the Infinite Frontier one.
In Infinite Frontier, of course.
I think that's what they'll eventually kind of call him.
It would make sense. So Justice League 60, we've, was it 58 was the beginning of the new team, or 59?
I think it's 59. This is the
Okay,
issue.
so 59 was the first Infinite Frontier Justice League issue. This is the
With
second
Bendis.
one. With Bendis, so Bendis is writing this, but also Ram V from the Many Deaths of Lila Starr, as well as Catwoman.
Well, he also has a story in Carnage.
And Carnage as well, so very, very, very good and popular writer now. So he is continuing to write the Justice League Dark backup story, which shows up at the end of the standard Justice League book. So this book continues to be a double book. So Justice League 60 is out right now with that standard cover, and of course the team cover, if you will.
But it's not the team variant.
Not the team variant. Not the team variant. That is an entirely different product. Next on, we have the first issue of The Mighty Valkyries. So
Which
for anyone,
spins out of the events of King of Black: The Return of the Valkyries.
which also was associated, I guess, with the Jane Foster Valkyrie book,
Yes, because Jane Foster.
is the Mighty Valkyrie now. So once again, this book continues to be co-written by Jason Aaron. So we have this great standard cover here, which features a lot of characters one of whom get the Valkyrie there. We have this great Ted Knock headshot variant cover, the Heroes Reborn cover, and as always, the
So
very,
that's the
very funny.
Wizard.
Scott. Yes, for many of you who are unfamiliar with the character, the Wizard, his costume used to be entirely yellow.
No,
No,
you see, that's the
this is the one
that's
they
the
make fun of.
Squadron Supreme Wizard, which was different than the Wizard, who was the Golden Age Marvel character.
There's a Golden Age Marvel character called the Wizard,
Who was
whose
an all
costume
yellow
is yellow. This is also the Wizard.
But he's from the Squadron Supreme.
So yeah, exactly. It's a Flash ripoff and not a P joke. Not a P joke. Also not a P joke, but very funny Scotty Young joke. So if you would like to get yourself a copy of Mighty Valkyries with any of those covers, those are fully available. If you are interested, we do also have copies of Nightwing number 79. This is my last copy that's available. This book. We've been talking about Batman Fortnite all day, but this book was also a limit one when it came out. So we do have a single copy left. If you would like to get a copy, you can request one. But if you don't do it now, you might not be able to get one later. So if you would like a copy of Nightwing 79, please let us know, because that might be my very last one. We did also finally get Nocterra number 2 standard covers. I know for many of you, you picked up a variant cover 2 weeks ago, or some of you were fortunate enough to grab one of the replacement copies, but we did finally get all of the Nocterra number 2s in. So if you did not get your standard cover for Nocterra number 2, you will get that. I think original Wizard became Blur.
I think they may have changed it to the Blur just to get away with from the Wizard name.
That they used to write jokes.
That technically he might be called the Blur when he shows up in.
Nah, it's the Wizard. It's the Wizard.
He's
He's the Wizard.
the Wizard.
We have a lovely second issue as well, not just Nocterra, but Orphan and the Five Beasts. So for all you Stokeholes, you Stoko fans, lucky us, we got Orphan and the Five Beasts by James Stoko, and I believe later on in this issue, his wife Marley illustrates a lovely story. So you can support the entire Stoko Zarkone family this week. But if you need to get Orphan and the Five Beasts number 2, you can certainly get
Can
that.
you get Joe a second copy of?
Yeah, we got you, Joe. We got plenty of copies of Many Deaths of Lila Star. So if you want 2 of the standard covers, we'll make sure we get you on those. We did already briefly talk about Old Guard, so let's go ahead and jump ahead to Orcs number 3. This is the 3rd issue of the Kaboom Orc series.
Since it's already up.
Oh
there,
yeah,
well,
might as well just pull it down.
yeah.
So this is the Christine Larson book, where it's basically the
Chris,
story.
we can get you a copy of Orphan. At least.
Will do, Chris. But yeah, basically, Orcs is the story of a group of orcs who exist in a traditional fantasy world. But seeing as this is told from the perception or the perspective of the orcs, it is done in a little bit kinder fashion, where you're now learning there's some nuance to these characters, and they are not just all dumb, evil creatures. So I would say if you are a fan of traditional fantasy and also are looking for something kind of fun and different, you might want to try to check out Orcs right now. The great thing about this is there are, I think it's going to be just a 5-issue mini, maybe 6, so you can go ahead and pick up the first 3 issues now and get in on that. I would say for anyone who may already be enjoying, say, Jonah and the Impossible Monsters, another one that's going to be in that vein of all ages, appropriate, certainly something that maybe some younger readers could find some fun in. We continue on this week with the 3rd issue of Radiant Black. So for anyone who has been enjoying this Kyle Higgins, Marcelo Costa superhero Sentai story, I think you
Kind of Spider-Man.
kind of I mean, it's PG-13 Invincible, I guess. But that's also because Invincible's a ripoff.
Invincible.
Teenage
Power
hero
Rangers.
doesn't quite know if they're good or not. Another character shows up. Crazy science stuff. But basically, yeah, if you are looking for a new superhero comic that doesn't have any continuity that's stuck in, Radiant Black is only 3 issues in, so that could be yours.
And
you
they're
could also
really
take this.
super hard to make.
The
Probably spent hours making it variant cover.
variant cover, which is just a crappy looking desktop, I guess. Not even just yep. Which it works. He's a writer, so like
Yeah.
it's canonical. It's
It makes
funny.
sense in context of the book.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want to read a new superhero book, I'd certainly say you should check out Radiant Black. But if you'd like to read a superhero book that's been around for a while but can never get past an issue 12,
We're at issue 11.
check out Spider-Woman. We might actually get there before they relaunch it, like they do all the time.
But she's back in her original costume.
Exactly. So you get that great costume, and then we
A
also
thing
do
that I
have
think she's been wearing on and off.
since the second issue.
Yeah.
It was like issue 1 she showed up in that black costume. So standard cover, as always, but we do also have these great Heroes Reborn cover with
Thanos in his Infinity Rings.
that's right. He's not wearing an Infinity. Those are definitely.
Well, he has a gauntlet on, but
those are rings. Those are rings.
there are only 5 rings because he only has 5 fingers.
Technically has 4 fingers and a thumb's not a finger. But yeah,
But there's not the 6 Infinity Gems.
Exactly, it
There's
needs to
only
be
5 gems.
right there. All right, so we are continuing on with the Star Wars Dr. Aphra number 9. We have not hit War of the Bounty Hunters yet, but we are just around the corner. So for anyone who is currently reading a Star Wars comic that is not High Republic, if you are on Star Wars Darth Vader, Star Wars Dr. Aphra, or Star Wars Bounty Hunters, you will be qualified and you will already be signed up for Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters Alpha, as well as Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters 5-issue miniseries, as well as all issues of Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters that are tie-ins. So I believe there are at least 2 Star Wars issues, 2 Vader issues, 2 Aphra issues, and 2 Bounty Hunter issues that will all tie into this, as well as the 5-issue mini. They have already announced an Alpha, so I'm calling it now. There will be an Omega issue. So you asked for Bounty Hunters, well, you're very, very welcome.
You like bounty hunters, so I put bounty hunters in your bounty hunters.
Could you, please? You know you. Hey, there was a Bosk cover last week. We had a Dengar one. It's great. All right. Well, moving on. We have the Stray Dogs number 3, standard cover, as well as this fantastic homage cover.
I think it's Annabelle.
After the killings, they were stray dogs. So yeah, I'm assuming that's.
I think that's the Annabelle.
I have to assume so. So yeah, do you love Don Bluth? Do you also love really dark stories about people getting murdered and the pets who survive them and try to solve that crime? Well, you're in luck, because there's no way this doesn't become optioned for a thing. So yeah, so if you've been fortunate enough to be reading Stray Dogs as it's been coming out, you've certainly hopefully enjoyed these first 2 issues. Like I said, it's like Don Bluth, and then a very gruesome murder mystery keeps happening with horrific things, but you get it from the perspective of the animals, so it's fun and cute and not totally dark and disturbing.
So Secret of Nim.
Yes, like Beasts of Burden, but with
Well, that was a Bluth movie.
Secret Name ones, yeah.
Yeah.
No, but
That has some like really screwed up things in it, and it's from an animal perspective.
That's very true. Well, from a non-animalistic perspective, we have Superman Red and Blue number 2, which once again, got a great covers on this one.
So we have the main cover,
This is a good main cover, but those variants.
which is the
Tula Lote, or is that no?
This is Nicholas Scott. That's
Nicholas
the Nicholas
Scott,
Scott. We have the Brian Boland variant cover.
Very cool. And then this is, just so you know, this is the cover I got for myself. Look at that sick David Cho cover. That's right. That contemporary American pop art. David Cho did a freaking Superman cover. So if you, like me, love the insanity that is David Cho, grab this red and blue. Also,
So
grab it because these have been really, really good.
So there is a story by Stephen T. Siegel with Duncan Rousseau.
So Siegel on there, who's written Superman in the past.
Yeah. So that is a Ma Kent story
That's yep.
about adoption.
That's a you brought that up earlier today, Brian.
Yeah,
that was
there
a very good
is
story.
A Chuck Brown, Denny Cohen
Mhm.
story, which features Val Zod, who is the
Mhm.
Superman from Earth 2. There is Patience, which is a Lex Luthor story by Dan Posehn,
Panosian. Yeah.
which I found really cool. It was a very interesting kind of thing.
Yes. I'll let you finish, and then I'll get into how
And
much
then-
I love this book.
So then there is a story by Stephanie Phillips and Marley Zacorn.
Zarkon. So.
And then there
the-
is a Cyborg, as in the Cyborg Superman, Hank Henshaw, Jason Howard story.
Yes, that one was very good too. But yeah, I have been a big fan of these red and blue books since they started. There's literally only 2 of them out. I thought the Batman Black and White, those are good. We love 8 to 10 issue black and white stories. The Batman, that's great.
And so,
But honestly, Superman is a hard freaking character for people to write. And as for someone like myself who loves the idea of what the character is, loved the character from growing up, but feels like he feels a little out of date and out of place. These stories have all been very good at giving some better context to stories to Superman. I think in particular, the Ma Kent story about adoption is super, super good. There was one in the last issue, in the first issue of Red and Blue, that I think was the John Ridley story, where it's basically Superman has to deal with the consequences that he does choose who he helps. He can't save everyone, and there are consequences to that. So I think this book has done a really good job of giving you these brief little moments of who Superman is at their core and why we love them so much. Like why we love Soup so much because of what he represents. And sometimes in a giant epic that stuff can get lost, but in these little moments you can see why this character is so fundamentally important to comics as well as DC in general. But there's a reason that Superman is freaking Superman. He's the first superhero. And so I really love how in these stories there's a much bigger opportunity for different creators to come in and do stuff. I want to see like Trungles has like a story coming out. Michelle Fife has a story next week.
So in issue
Yeah.
3, there is a Michael Fife story, but also a James Stocco story.
Yes, there's going to be a Stocco story in there. So again, I love that creators that might not normally get a chance to work on some superhero stuff are getting a chance. And more importantly, I think that the way that those stories are constructed feels like a better way to kind of get an idea for why Superman still matters. So I would highly recommend the Red and Blue stuff. And in general, I like anthologies a lot. So I'd say check out Batman Black and White, check out Carnage Black, White, and Blood, or Wolverine Blood and Blood and Blood.
Batman Black and White.
Yeah, the Harley Quinn Black and Red that's coming out. If you really love a character,
Wonder Woman is also getting sort
Black
of
and Gold, right? Red and Gold?
I think yellow will be the
Red. Okay.
So basically, where Superman is like red and blue, I think her thing will have like a predominantly yellow.
Yeah.
thing.
So it's very much gonna be something pretty interesting. But I would say keep going with those if you like myself love something a little different or something maybe a little pieced out. But also, hey Adrian, while you're here, I've got something for you. So that's right, it's our birthday, but we got a present for you
That we've had for a few.
that I've had for a couple weeks, and I've just been waiting for you to show up in the rings. But Adrian, I have had for the longest time this Hello Kitty Kiss crossover little thing. I am very much moving and am getting rid of as much of my stuff as I can, and so if you would like it, you can have this lovely Hello Kitty. It's all blurry now. This Hello Kitty charm. It is for you. It will be waiting. Oh, it's so blurry. It will be waiting in your box for you. You'll probably just have to mail it to you. I have used it, so it has seen some action. It's not mint still, but
It has been loved.
it's been loved and appreciated, and now hopefully it will go to another place where it will be appreciated. So if you don't want it, you can throw it away, and I don't care. But if you do, thanks for being such a great supporter and fan. Put it right there.
So, next up we have Sword 5, which is the Al Ewing X-Men book.
Which, most importantly, is continuing Al Ewing's telling stories in cosmic space, as he has now said, as he's now taken over Guardians fully and
Yeah.
relaunched that book.
So this issue is primarily about this man right here, Fabian Cortez, which people may remember mainly from like 90s X-Men comic books. Has a very Starscream sort of thing to him. And so,
Starscream.
yes, so essentially he's slight a bit of a suck up to. He feels that he is super important to, you know, the future of Krakoa, and so people should be like nice to him because he's super important.
He's not. He's definitely not.
And so, you know, Fabian had had gotten the thing, and so he had passed on, and so they resurrected him, and so he comes directly out of the resurrection thing, and so he's all covered in like goo,
In Resi Goo.
and so then it was like, okay, so hey, welcome back, and he's like, so I'm ready for like that big like parade thing that they do. They're like, there's no time for the parade. You have to go to a meeting with like the council. But I don't have any clothes. Doesn't matter. We have to do this right now. So he gets to go have a meeting with the Quiet Council. Standing there naked, covered in goo.
So, like, everyone's nightmare.
And he brings it up that essentially I have to do public speaking naked. And so his meeting does not go well, but that's mainly because of who he is as a person, not necessarily because that he's naked and covered in goo.
No, it's because of who he is as a character. Awesome. Alright.
But yes, there's a character whose name is Peepers.
That's the character's all eyes, right? It's like covered in eyeballs, right?
No, that's Eyeboy.
Okay, that's Eyeboy.
That's Eyeboy.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
So let's see, where does Peepers comes in? So right here, Peepers comes in, and Peepers is like friends with Magneto, which kind of pisses off Fabian because it's just like the guy's name is Peepers. He's a bald guy with big eyes. Why is Magneto like friends with this guy and he's not friends with me? So it may be the whole thing of Peepers is a better person than you are. So this primarily takes place on Krakoa, but also furthers their kind of stuff out in space.
Nice.
There are two different things, but then there is also picks up some plot points from Exoswords.
Well,
The
we've got
second
what?
island, the Aroka.
Yeah. I was like, the not Krakoa one?
Yeah. So, it kind of shows how some of the inhabitants from that island are being integrated into Krakoan culture.
Nice.
So I quite like the sort of interest, but I'm like, I've been reading the rest of, but it's like I'm not sure how many people are reading Sword, but it's a nice sort of.
I think it's gonna pick up, honestly, as we get a little bit closer to some of that Guardian stuff. Just
Yeah.
because it feels like he's really starting to build more of that world. We do also have this week Truth and Justice number 3. so for many of you who are reading this, we do have this great variant cover with John and I assume that's Brother Voodoo on it. But yeah, so this has been a really nice kind of
That
again
was Brother
one shot.
Voodoo in that.
Not Brother Voodoo. What's his name?
Brother Voodoo's Marvel.
Papa Midnight. Thank you. I was like, no, it's the DC version of Brother Voodoo. Papa Midnight. But yeah, so again, Truth and Justice continues to be essentially a series of one-shots focusing on different characters. I got to assume based on the first story, yeah, there's all that Papa Midnight stuff in there. Cause yeah, the first one we had was that was the Vixen one, or
Yes.
yeah, and so the second one was who was I'm trying to remember who the second one was on.
Guardian?
Was it?
I don't know.
Yeah, it was something like that. But again, DC's doing a great job of doing essentially anthologies and a series of books where, like other History of DC Universe, these are building a larger narrative but are being told through kind of individual stories. So we did get the third issue of Truth and Justice. We also got another issue of Trials of Ultraman, but we didn't want to talk about that because
We do have they're putting up their Milestone Returns book.
oh yes,
So
that
that is
was digital first.
That is a one-shot, which will lead into
Yeah.
other.
So yeah, so Milestone is coming back. I believe there's a digital first release for that. We will then get a single issue, and then that will lead some further into it. But yeah, I gotta figure out how this works. But yeah, Ultra
Maybe I have
Mega.
to cover my face, so it'll
That might
focus on
be.
the book.
Ultra Mega number 2 is out. So standard cover as always, and then looks like a gorgeous Ian Bertram variant cover there. But if you read that first issue, it almost basically read like a one shot. This also has a really great kind of standalone feel to it. But if you enjoy, stuff that starts like this, or if you enjoy giant kaiju fights, this seems like something y'all might enjoy. I'm sure everyone enjoys a nice punch to the face like that. But realistically, the James Herron train continues with just incredible, insane, over-the-top action. I'd show you pages, but it's like just all spoilers. But yeah, if you want to see giant monsters, you want to see giant punches, you want to see all sorts of great stuff. It's
Chris,
worth
we
it
can
for you.
Get you the
We'll make sure to
variant for.
grab you one of those Bertram covers for you, Chris. And then
the
the
last
last book
book-
we're going to feature for single issues is the anthology book from Marvel, aka the Mariko Tamaki book, because I believe, or excuse me, Mariko.
He did,
Mariko
like,
had
half
like
the
3
stories.
stories in there.
Like 5.
Yeah. So she's got a lot in there. I do really like that
So-
it is a bunch of
There's
ranging
the main,
sizes of stories. So you get like 1-page stories, right,
Yeah.
Brian? To like little
so that
8-pagers.
is the
Oh my god, that's gorgeous.
that's the Sarah Shelley main cover.
So I
We
was
have
literally
the
just looking at the one
Peach
page
Momoko variant cover,
where Lady Deathstrike goes to the nail salon.
and then she can't get her keys out of her pocket.
It's very funny because they're drying.
Yeah.
Just get her keys.
And so the
Ooh,
magic
is that
cover
Erica Henderson?
is
Something Wolf. Their name is Wolf. We didn't get the Amanda Connor cover. They did not send us any. Is that? What's her name? Who drew that?
Maria Wolf.
Maria Wolf. Okay. So a lot
I
of
don't
lot
think we
lot
have
of
the
great
Amanda
stories in
Connor
here.
one either.
Yeah, the Amanda Connor one we did not end up getting in. This is like Brian said, the what's her name? Amanda Wolf? Maria Wolf. So bunch of short stories in here. I'd say if you are looking for
So we
again,
get like Lady Deathstrike, Emma Frost, Jean Grey, Medusa, Hela.
is the Medusa one where she goes to the hairdresser?
Yes, it's the one where she tries to do her hair.
I got everything up to that most recent Chris Lamb request.
Yeah, baby.
All right. So as far as
There's a Mystique story in here. Looks like it's Misty Knight, She-Hulk. I don't know. A smattering of women.
yeah, so a lot of
There's a Mystique story in here. Looks like it's Misty Knight, She-Hulk, She-Hulk, She-Hulk.
yeah, This is great. So yeah, I mean, realistically, if there's a character you love, who might be featured in this, it should be worth picking up. Or if you're just like me, someone who loves a good anthology, bunch of different stories. The Women of Marvel anthology is out this week, so I'm gonna carefully set that back here. As always, if you are interested in any single issues like Chris, you can just request certain ones and we can pull them for you now. But let's get to the collected stuff. So we did have a restock on some items this week. Marvel did finally get the James Robinson Scarlet Witch Complete Collection back in stock. So you might want to read this if you are interested potentially in what
Going
some
on
modern
with
Scarlet
Wanda?
Witch. Yeah, this is from what, 2016. So this is all 15 issues of that run. This is going to be
Probably
some.
the last big thing that she was in by herself.
Yeah, literally, I think this is the last solo book she was in. So pretty contemporary Wanda stuff there. I'd certainly recommend that for anyone who enjoyed WandaVision.
I want
this
to
is-
know what Wanda's doing.
This is going to be a little bit more appropriate to what you've seen than, say, Tom King's Vision, which is a phenomenal story, but only minorly informs that story, like the name of the dog and his outfit, and some other things. But this is really going to be a better
And
contemporary
Vision
version.
being in a family dynamic.
Yeah, exactly. The sweater.
Yeah.
We also got you might remember from Scott Scoop, Kelly Thompson. Kelly Thompson has been writing Black Widow, so maybe you got one more episode of Falcon Winter Soldier, then we'll get Black Widow.
I think it comes out in May, June, something.
Okay, so yeah, Black Widow will be out in a little while, so you can pick up her most recent standalone story right there in trade paperback form.
Because I think this might be before they do the costume switch.
I believe so. I think the costume changes in the current run. So that gets us those out the first 5 or 6 issues, maybe.
Just gives you 1 through 5.
Okay. So yeah, so that is out. And then for you classic comic
And no,
heads.
you do get the
Oh, because that was 5, wasn't it?
yeah.
Okay, so I was wrong. You do get Natasha gets a costume change. So if you want to see that sweet new costume, you can pick this up.
It happens at the very end of issue. 5.
Literally the end of 5, yeah.
So it's more prominent in like 6 and
Well,
4.
for some of you old school comic heads like me, you will remember this very vividly. So they just put out this gorgeous X Factor Angel of Death series from Luis and Walter Simonson. This is going to be what they consider Volume 3 in the X Factor run. But for many of you, myself included, this is the X Factor we all remembered before we.
So
Great
X-Men
run.
Legends issue 3 and I think issue 4 do have the Simonsons coming back to do a 2-part X Factor of that
Yes,
era.
very cool.
stuff.
Looking forward to that. But yeah, if you wanna see some of this great Simonson stuff here, introduction of Archangel, and essentially the origins, somewhat of a lot of the modern kind of X Factor stuff when what's his name takes it over. Was it Peter David who wrote it for like 50 years? It seemed.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
later stuff.
basically once it
like
becomes a multiple man detective story.
So basically 80s X
I love
Factor
that-
is
I love that Iceman's basically wearing a championship belt.
yeah.
And that because he couldn't just be a so yeah
Well,
so
I think it's like he lost control of it.
yeah
and
so
so
this
that's
this
what-
helps him control his ice powers at the time.
But yeah,
Um,
Derek, we can totally get you a copy.
Grab you one of those. But yeah, this is very much of that era where the original X-Men are no longer on the X-Men team. They've reformed a new team, calling it X Factor. They wear costumes. Even Beast is pre-transformation.
Well, this is post.
Or oh wait, no, you're right. Because
This
this
is post transformation because he can now switch
He can-
between.
You're right. No, that so this is when this is like right after he did that because that's in.
So he does that in the mid 70s. This is mid 80s.
So is it during his West Coast Avengers run or it's before that even? No, it's during that Avengers run because that's when he's left the team. So yeah, he's over there.
Yeah.
So most importantly, if you want to read some classic mutant stuff from 87 to 89, this is where it's going to be. Certainly grab yourself a copy of that. And then moving on to the recent DC releases.
'Cause if this is from '89, and then when he's in X-Men '91,
91, he's back to being
he's full on blue.
chop chop. All right. So we do also have the Wonder Woman Fourth Horsewoman collection. So this is going to be basically Wonder Woman 82 to 83, 750 to 758, and annuals 3 and 4. So this is a big part of this is basically the Steve Orlando run. So this is going to be some stuff just before we get the relaunch. But this is definitely going to have a lot of modern Wonder Woman stuff in it, and very much get you pre Infinite Frontier. And then the other release this week from DC, as far as collected ones that's worth bringing up, is the Dark Knight's Death Metal: The Darkest Night trade paperback. So this is the softcover version, and this basically gets you all of those one-shots. So this is...
Well, I think there's 3 or 4 different collected editions.
So this one is specifically the Darkest Night one. So this is going to include Dark Knight's Death Metal Legends of the Dark Knight, Dark Knight's Death Metal Guidebook, Trinity Crisis, and Speed Metal, and Multiverse's End. So this is going to be a bunch of those one-shots that we all read, including my personal favorite.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, thank you.
So there's the main trade. We have the Dark Knight,
So those were the one-shots.
and so then there's even further one-shots.
That's the other one-shots. That's
This is
Justice
the third series of one-shots.
That is the War of the Multiverses,
And then there's the Justice League thing. So there are 3 different trades enough to have one-shots. So we will get
It's
the
B-Rex.
Multiverse Who Laughs one-shot and the War of the Multiverses. Well, the Multiverse Who Laughs collection, and then the War of the Multiverses collection next month. And then all the way in September, they will give you the Justice League book.
all the way in September.
Yeah, because it's sort of like, hey, these 2 are like in April, these 2 are in May, and then this one's in September.
Oh. So yeah, so these are the collected DC ones from this week. Actually, Brian, will you hand me those 2 giant Marvel things underneath? Because there are 2 more Marvel things I do want to kind of show off while we've got a little bit of time before we get out of here. But the big Marvel things I wanted to show off were these great poster books. So first up is the Alex Ross Immortal Hulk poster book. So this is going to feature a bunch of the covers that he's done throughout this run. So a lot of you might be familiar with a lot of the cover work from Immortal Hulk. So these are going to be a collection of those. But we also got this week the Alex Ross Marvel Comics poster book. So for all of you who were collecting those covers, here is a poster book that includes
But it's the full people.
all of them. And what's really great, like Brian said, is it's the full images.
You can see it in the back.
So on the back here, you can see how they've got them standing up. But I'm gonna
Instead of from like their shoulders up.
yeah. And so what's really nice too is they've even got the picture from the full one. And here's the thing I love. Look at that binding. It is designed for you to rip these out and hang them up if you want to, or leave it in here. But you're not going to break the spine on it. But the design is for you to potentially pull these out and hang them up. And like Brian said, you get the full figure here. And what's really great is on the back of each one, nice thick weight to this. You get a description of the character.
So you get commentary from Alex Ross on each one.
Oh God, look at that surfer. It's good. But let me get
And
to
he
my
talks
favorite.
about like his art process, and
Nice Wanda.
his thoughts on the character, and some minor history.
Yeah. So, yeah. Look at that beautiful storm right there. And then, well, they can keep going. I ain't picking up.
We're
Yeah.
technically closed.
I'm streaming. Check out that great Colossus. And then the last one I'm gonna show you. Oh, that gene is really good. The last one I do want to show off is this awesome looking Black Bolt.
Oh, you also get the exclusive Punisher poster.
And you do the one thing that never actually got released. There it is. So that one never saw the light of day. But if you really want to make this worth it, Brian, do you want to carefully hold that for me? That's right. If you buy this poster book, you can pull this right out of it. This is not the back cover. This is something you can pull out. So if you want to get the full piece, and what's great is this Ghost Rider on the main page, it's the full thing. So yeah, and all these ones like Kurt there, it's the full panel, so you are getting the full scale of this. So if you would love to get this book and just look at it instead of pulling those covers out, you can do that. Or if you want, I'll fold it back up for me, Brian. You can pick this book up for $25. 25 bucks gets you 35 prints. 35 prints. That's right, 25 bucks, including that giant fold out right there. So if you loved those covers, just pick up one of these and you can have them all. You don't have to worry about spending them all. You don't have to take them out.
That's probably cheaper than buying.
It's definitely cheaper than if you bought those books, and they're actually in better shape. So grab
because
that.
let's see, each one was probably what, $5?
$4 to $5 minimum.
Yeah, if you say $5, then you have to times that by 35, and
No, they were not particularly cheap. They were worth it, but they were very, very, very,
and then
very
some
expensive.
you can't find.
A lot of them you can't even find now. In fact, most of them are pretty much gone. So if you did want to get yourself a copy of that, grab it now. And I'll give you all some time to think about that while we show off some more of the great collected things that came out this week, including the book that our friend Derek was asking about. We did get copies of Love Sickness, the latest Junji Ito collection. So I don't know how this person is still able to just pump books out, but if you need to get the latest Junji Ito collection, we do have Love Sickness in stock now. Or if you are, I believe, Derek and Daniel, there's already one in the box for you. Did you pull one for Nelson?
Probably.
Yeah, I think so. I feel like those two people at least had it pre-ordered. So grab that. Another thing I'd recommend grabbing, if you are a fan of manga, this awesome Super Sentai Gorenger. This is a really beautiful reprint of the original mid-70s, essentially like pre Power Rangers. This is like original kind of Sentai team stuff. But yeah, just really well illustrated, nice hardcover collection. You can get this here. What is this? 25 bucks as well. So 25 bucks well spent either way. You can't rip stuff out of this easily, but I certainly would love to see some of that in the poster.
Derek has a question.
At this point, Derek, I basically don't worry. You'll get all the Junji Ito stuff.
Because it's like, oh, hey, we're gonna like, who normally gets the Junji Ito stuff? Okay, so we'll.
Yeah, as far as that goes, we don't obviously have a subscription code for Junji Ito, but at this point, you seem to be getting all the stuff, and we seem to be ordering accordingly. So don't worry. We'll make sure you do not miss out on those. I would also like to say that if you need to get your hands on either of these, let us know. I do have more copies of this coming in. This one does have a little schmutz on the back of it, and I don't want this one for myself. I want to copy this for myself. So I ordered more, so we should be getting some more of these in fairly soon. Moving on with some more great books. Big Ideas That Changed the World put out this incredibly great and timely book called A Shot in the Arm. Go get your freaking vaccines. If you need a reason why and you don't already read a book, give it to a kid. Most importantly, get your freaking vaccines so we can go back to doing this in person. I mean, we'll still do the live stream, but we'll do it in person with you. Maybe we'll have some more featured guests besides just my girlfriend. You do have to bring me a PlayStation 5 though. If you want a guest, you do have to give me a PS5, which I will then give to people who need them because I got. I still can't believe she gave me a PS5. It's nice. I don't deserve that. It's very nice of her. But what's also really cool is this has a history of vaccines, including COVID-19 research. So most importantly, if you're looking for a well-researched non-fiction comic, a science comic, if you will, maybe check it out. Eventually, I'll figure out where this point is for. Boop! I touched the screen, but it won't show. All right, so moving on, we also have a Fire Story. This is the updated and expanded edition. So this was about someone who was basically working in, I think they were doing fire watching in like early 2017 or so. Early on the morning of Monday, October 9th, 2017, wildfires burned through Northern California. So yeah, this is basically about the story of the comic book creator of this, whose house literally burned down during those fires. So kind of a first-hand account of that. We also have this gorgeous Volume 1 of James Tynion IV's Wind. So many people have been reading this in single issue. This was originally planned to just come out as a standalone, but once pandemic started, I think they were looking to maybe help support some shops, and so they said, hey, if we put this out in single issues, maybe we can get some sales for y'all now. So they did that. Thank you. Those issues are available, but if you'd like this lovely hardcover volume, which is also a nice size, so you realize this is a boombox book, so it is for all, I'd say maybe like 12 and up, but basically this is a book intended for multiple generations of readers. You can certainly get this, and this is the first, I believe this is all of the issues that were contained in book 1, so this should be is it 4 or 5? So yeah, so they serialized this opening book into 5 issues, so this is issues 1 through 5 contained. We did also get the volumes of Carnivora. This is a Behemoth comic, so this is actually a story about, it's basically a Brazilian crime story. So this is in black and white, but it has been translated from the original Portuguese, I believe. Behemoth has been doing a lot of stuff that are kind of associated with some movies and TV shows, but also doing some really cool stuff as far as translating some things that previously were not available in English. So Carnivora is one of those books if you're looking for an interesting kind of crime book. If you're looking for something that takes place in Brazil, this is going to be a very interesting crime story that you can get into. And like I said, it is in black and white. But the nice thing is this is $13 for this whole trade, so pretty good deal. And then if you are looking to continue with the trades of Die Volume 2, Near Mint, or second volume, is available. This is going to be issues 9 through 14. That first volume was 8 freaking issues. This isn't quite as many, but still a decent amount. So again, continuing to follow the story of these triplet assassins who, one of them got their nose cut off in like issue 1. So it's just absurd. Sorry, just looking at. Yep, this book is just the absolute most ridiculous thing. Yeah, it's very much, yeah, Kirkman's name is on this. Doesn't feel like a Kirkman book. Kind of feels like a Mark Millar book at times. But for all of you trade waiters, you should definitely pick this one up now, as it is currently available. But beyond that, I would say I think that kind of concludes all the stuff for the week. It's certainly been a little bit different of a stream than usual, a little bit longer at times for sure. Little intermission. I appreciate everyone sticking through with these kind of glitchy technical difficulties we're working through. Hopefully next week when we do this again, we will not be suffering through these. I will figure out some stuff as far as the new camera goes and setting up this OBS studio on the laptop. But in the meantime, I'll have a decent quality of this I can actually download and upload to YouTube. So if you would like to check out a good version of the quality version of this stream, go over to youtube.com and just search Arcane Comics. You'll find us there, and we'll get this video uploaded. Yeah. You won't see the comments, but, well, not yet, because really what this setup means is soon, we're going to start doing some simulcasting. So if you do not feel like joining us here on Facebook, you will potentially have the ability to join us on YouTube and maybe even Twitch. Like I said, we're going to try to do some kind of dual streaming, try streaming stuff. But we would like to be able to make this more available and get more people to come and participate with us and hopefully, get some books from us or at least just learn some good comic news for the week. Yeah, it's been a year of this, and amazingly enough, you're still here. Brian and I are amazingly still here. We've added a couple members to the team. Thanks, Mark, for holding it down in the corner for us.
Watching the games.
As watching the games as always. Our big boy Bruce likes to hang out with us. Big special thank you to my girlfriend Leah for dropping in today, and extra special thank you for getting me a PS5 for my birthday. So it's not even my birthday yet, but it feels like my birthday already. We're gonna go look at some cats tomorrow. Maybe hopefully adopt some kitties to the family. And once that happens, oh no, I can only imagine all the kitty content that's gonna be hitting the stream now that I have this fancy camera to play with. But yeah, realistically, it's been a hell of a year. I think all of us can kind of
On the hell?
yeah, yeah. Emphasis on the hell, emphasis on the other. Because quite frankly, I'm not sure if we would have made it through this year without all of you. I certainly know I wouldn't have made it this year without you, Brian. That is 100% true. You have been so much of this stream from day one. I don't honestly think we would have even started doing live streaming stuff if you hadn't been involved with us. Knowing you had a little bit of experience on your own channel over at twitch.tv/professor_0.
I started a week earlier.
Yeah. You were the experienced member of this team, and I do legitimately want to thank you, and I want everyone here to know Brian is coming in and volunteering to do these streams with me. He has kindly given his time to me and to you as well. So thank you, Brian, for being an incredible member of this Arcane family and this team.
Technically, I haven't been an employee for a year.
You have not technically we have had 0 employees for a year. And that's why it's been one hell of a year. It's been a long year for us. We've had a lot of really, really incredible support from our customers, from our people viewing the stream, and just in general, I feel like the comics community has been kind of come together a little bit this year, despite the insanity that is the collector market right now, the bad idea stuff, the Batman Fortnites, all of it. But yeah, it's been something, and quite frankly, without having stuff like comics, without having art, without having that in my life, I know it would have, I don't know how long I would have gone. Thankfully, I have incredible support from someone at home. Love you, Leah. Thank you. And incredible support from my family here, Scott, Brian, obviously, Matt, Jeremy, who's been able to help us out when he can. We miss you, Jeremy. We love you. Dylan, who's been helping us out. Nathan, Rick, Kitty, all the Felicianos, thank you so much. Obviously, none of this is possible without all of your help, all the time that y'all are putting in. And also, thank you to problematic friends of ours who comment every time we're in the stream. Just kidding, Daniel, I love you. You are not problematic at all. In fact, if you want to really mess with our buddy, please don't forget to go over to Instagram and go over to @FoilNelson. Please DM us all of your complaints @FoilNelson on Instagram. Daniel will go ahead and field those for us, and then who cares? So, but yeah, it's 2021, and Brian is not at 50 subscribers yet, and that is a fucking crime. 9 away. That's right. I'm saying to you now, if you are watching this stream and you have an email account, or you have an Amazon account, or you have ever been to twitch.tv, you owe it to us. That's right. You owe it to us to go over to twitch.tv/professor_0 and give this gentleman a follow, please, because if he hits the goal of 50 followers, we are going to finally start to see the first layer peeled back on the world of Brian K. Robinson and his incredible comic world.
I think you've gotten Maybe this is like 2 or 3 levels down.
No. As far as the levels of, Brian has long been working on and curating his own shared comic book universe. But
Well,
when
it was a shared.
it was shared, it is now shared exclusively with
It
this
was-
gentleman here.
It was a shared universe, and then I've now annexed my portion.
Yes, like Daniel said, follow Professor_0. But yeah, when Brian gets to 50, we get to see the notes. There are scripts. There are full spreadsheets. There are notebooks.
No.
There's kind of scripts.
No, literally there are. Given that the computer crashed a few times. So
Oh, that's right.
That's why they don't exist.
That's right. There
They
were
don't
scripts.
exist on the internet anymore.
But the point is, Brian has lovingly created an incredible universe that I have been I've seen just a glimpse of. I know Daniel's heard a little bit about, but if we can get Brian to 50 followers, he's going to open the freaking book for us, and we will get to see it all. So please help me see more of this. I need to see all of it. So you need to go to twitch.tv/professor_0.
If you ever really want to know what a superhero via the lens of Brian was,
Do you ever want to hear about a world of superheroes made by someone who doesn't like the super part of the heroes? That's not true. Brian loves superheroes. But most importantly, this is my goal. If you want to get me a birthday present, I've already got my PS5. Don't worry about it. Although I do need, I'm probably going to use that GameStop one to get Ghost of Tsushima. So I'll be playing with Nelson soon online. But if you want to get me a birthday present, I'm turning 40. That's a big one.
I also give people 6 hours of 4 hours of magazine content for free.
Yeah, exactly. For free. We should be paying Brian, which we will once he gets to a certain number of goals and he can become affiliated. We can actually subscribe. But until then, let's get to 50. I'm going to be 40. Let's get Brian to 50. I don't know.
Well,
But
you were probably one of the earlier numbers at 40.
I was like, no, I meant I'm 40. Like I'm literally going to be 40 years old. No, I was subscriber 1 to 3. I was definitely 1 to 3, maybe 4, maybe 2. I don't know. The point is, I've got to enjoy all of
There's
this,
probably some
and you will
list that
too.
I could probably look about you.
But realistically, this has been quite the year. We can all agree on that. But it has been a great year, at least in feeling like we've been able to find a way to connect with you, as well as hopefully provide you a chance to feel like you've been able to come into the shop if you haven't been able to, or if quite frankly maybe you just aren't even in this area, but you want to feel like you still get to be a part of the shop. Thank you for tuning in and joining us, and hopefully this is just the beginning. Like I said, you're suffering through the technical difficulties now. We've got a lot of new infrastructure set up that hopefully will just help us to expand and create more content so you can really get that.
Welcome to year 2.
Welcome to year 2. More cats. Because you know I'm going to shoot a ton of cat videos once I get those cats. Just me on Twitch playing PlayStation with my cats. That actually sounds sounds like the perfect life. Just playing video games on Twitch while I have little kitties hang out.
You have your main screen, which is the game, and you
Yeah.
have a side screen.
It's not
On
the
one
side screen is not me. The side screen is just the
No.
cats.
No, there's the side screen that is your face camera, and then on the other corner is the cat camera.
That one's the much larger one, and then there's a little one with my dumb face on it. But that you'll have to see. You'll have to keep tuning in here at facebook.com/arcanecomics, and hopefully you will
So,
head over to
Talking
YouTube.
about this Saturday. This Saturday is my monthly art stream.
That's right. So we had a lovely cake stream last week, and this week we get an art stream. So again,
And then the week after it will be most likely Wizard Magazine.
before Saturday, preferably before Friday, head over to Instagram, go to @mylongboxlife, give Brian a follow there, and you perhaps might be able to submit an art request. Sometimes Brian says, "Hey, anyone interested in anything?" So if you're interested, you can certainly put a request in there, but you got to go to Instagram and go to
I
@mylongboxlife.
also sometimes take them while I'm doing stuff on Twitch.
Sure. But we don't want to leave Brian unprepared. We want to give him lots to do, so he is not asking for stuff on stream. He's got too many extants to draw. He's got so many extants to draw. But yeah, I feel like this is sufficient enough as far as conveying how we feel. But genuinely, thank you to everyone who has tuned in, and thank you to everyone who continues to tune in despite all this nonsense. And realistically, to anyone who has purchased anything through the streams, thank you. This has helped. Legitimately, the live stream does help. Just being able to put ourselves out there and get product out there to people who maybe came in the shop earlier today but missed out and just had to say, hey, let me get a second copy. We're glad we could help you out. And as always, we are glad that you have joined us. I tell you what, Derek, send me for anyone who wants to add me on PlayStation Network, just send me your don't do it in the comments. Just info@arcanecomicbooks.com. Just email it to me. That way I'll add everyone there.
No,
We can add my
it to him
or
on Instagram.
actually, there you go. Go to Instagram.com. Go to Instagram. Go to @thekenshi. Just DM me there. It's fine. I have nothing in my DMs.
Slide into Kenshi's
Slide into my DMs.
DMs. Tell them what your PlayStation Network name is.
Also, Switch IDs. Switch IDs as well, because I do.
You want us to switch IDs?
Yes, I want you to switch IDs. Give me your Nintendo Switch ID. But yeah, I do that. You can see how
Isn't
much
that sort of
Assassin's
like-
Creed Odyssey I've been playing.
Isn't that kind of like identity theft?
Identity borrowing. But yeah, Derek. Well, I'll see you online. Although from what I hear, they messed up the internet on our new place, so we gotta get it going. But I'm gonna go hug that giant PlayStation 5, and then I'll hug my girlfriend.
Or you can hug them both. You two.
No, have you seen how big those things are? Giant. I cannot. No, don't do it that way then. Just email it to me. Or just message, or just DM Arcane. It's not like I don't see those anyway. I mean, Matt sees them first, and then he'll tell me. But as always, for anyone who doesn't want to add me on the PlayStation Network, that's smart.
You do cool stuff on the gram.
You do?
Yeah.
You do cool stuff on the gram. I do not. I don't do anything cool on
I
Instagram.
show like action figures and junk.
Yeah, you do unboxing videos. It's great.
I
I
go to
just
thrift
repost.
stores.
Yeah, I just repost stuff from Arcane Comics or. I don't know. I was gonna say I was posting pictures of our neighbor's cat for a little bit. So yeah, go to Instagram.com, go to @thekenshi, and sign up now preemptively for all of my new cat pics.
So I think it's also sort of like, even if you don't post anything yourself, you could follow cool things.
That's true. I do follow cool things like @MyLongBoxLife and @Arcane Comics. There we go. But yeah, I'm just rambling now. Realistically,
If you follow me, you could have like a red photo of me in a hat.
you could. It's a very cool hat. But to all of you, my most sincere air hug. I love you, and I do really appreciate you. And as much as I pretend like I don't care, I do legitimately care, and I am so thankful for every single one of you who tunes in and who participates, who helps us have fun, who gets us to talk for an extra hour while Scott is annoyed. Who cares? I don't care.
I think it's more that Scott's annoyed that when we're open.
Yeah, I mean, what it comes down to is we're open and we need help. We're selling a bunch of books, but realistically, this has been a great experience for us. That, Leah, what are you doing on Wednesday afternoons? But yes, cat photos on Instagram soon.
He'd be like a volunteer.
If only we could think of one. Actually, what I'm saying is go get your shot, Jeremy. Go get your vaccine, and then we'll talk. Because I need you to be safe in the long term. In fact, everyone watching this, if you have not gotten your vaccine yet, please, if you live here in Washington, we are all able to go sign up. So please do that. Get your shot. 2 weeks later, get your second one if you have to. If you got the Johnson & Johnson, you don't have to worry about that. But get those shots, and that means
Johnson one is the one that kills people.
that's not true. None of these kill people. In fact, if you want to read some great information, check out Big Ideas, A Shot in the Arm, for some factual and grounded information about vaccines. I'm blocking out the face of the person who is not being factual right now. So definitely check that out. But yes, please.
You're blocking out Daniel's face.
Ugh, that's true. Oh, that's awesome, Chris. That is super, super cool. Thank you for doing that for yourself and for us, because I would love to sell comics without wearing a mask. I'd also love to see my mom, who I haven't seen in over a year, and that actually makes me very sad. I miss my mom. Who she has gotten her shot, so it's me. I need to get my damn shots, and I'm finally eligible, so I'm going soon. But thank you for joining us. Thank you from the bottom of my Bruce to the top of my green Gatorade.
Don't say that in the comics.
It's die. Who cares?
Someone
You
may
heard
want to
me.
buy that.
We'll get him a good copy, like Scarlet Witch for the fields. But yeah, this I'm ready to say goodbye. Not forever, just for this week.
Are we holding random things?
We are not holding random things. We're holding beloved things of ours. So I hope you're holding Mark very carefully, and I'm carefully holding my Bruce. But as always, y'all are the best, and we wouldn't do this without you. So with that, let's have a 1-year anniversary of good night, and say good night, Brian.
Good night, Brian.
Sorry, I have to go over to a different place and end the stream now. All right. Bye. I think it ended.
No, it hasn't.
There we go. Well, that was certainly something.
Uh-huh.
I mean, at least I know what it's like. I think what it comes down to is I'm trying to pump out at too high of a bit rate. I think because I'm trying to put out at 1080, but because Facebook throttles it down to 720, I think is what's happening. Why it's been kind of jonky. All right, I'm gonna grab that. Actually, no. I'm just gonna grab this one right here,
Okay.
and that's for the fields. Oh my god, I don't have to get up that early.
And so we're saying, Gordon has like this big old speech about, you need me, I'm important too. If I know, you need me because I'm irreplaceable. That kind of thing. And then it's, hey, maybe, meet this person from the new island we have, who, essentially does the exact same thing that we need you for. So, bye. And so essentially everyone just kind of leaves him there at the council chamber
Oh, really?
by himself.
And then Sinister shows up?
No, Sinister is there and he's sort of like, so they just kind of like, are we done? Yeah, okay, I got like stuff to go do, so are we like done? Yeah, we're done. Okay, so I'm gonna go. And then everyone just kind of like leaves him there, making it issue,
Yeah.
and then sort of noticing a couple other issues.